Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another episode of Ahwa. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for episode 9. And today there is so much for us to talk about. There is the Community Shield, obviously, as Staffy would say. We've got the Community Shield today to talk about. Arsenal beat Man City by 4-1. And, we're here to talk about it. So let's see what happens on today's video. Let me actually surprise the guys in the background a little bit. Yo, Hamza.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah, you want to come on Al Ahwa?
What time?
We've went live now, but how long until you're home?
Bro, the problem is I'll be home in 35 minutes.
35 minutes?
Yeah, you guys started already.
Yeah, we just started now.
Yeah, just start, then I'll join you. Send me a link. As soon as I arrive, I'll be there.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, no problem. Yalla.
Okay.
Big up. Okay. So, joining us on the panel, ladies and gentlemen, of course, let me introduce the champion first. The champion of the Biryani Cup, the champion of the Kabsa plate, man like Saad. How you doing, Saad?
Alhamdulillah, man, I'm good. You know, let me put these glasses on properly, man. Yeah, come on, man. I'm here. I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready to cook this fraud Hamza. Yeah, after yesterday, I had to sit there while he chat absolute rubbish to my face. Absolute rubbish. We're gonna talk about Arsenal. We're gonna talk about how Hojlund was in Saliba's pocket. Apparently, he's still in there right now. He's not left. He's still in Saliba's pocket. But it's okay. It's fine. We're gonna talk about it because I am Community Shield Champion 2023. In Hamza's words, that's what he normally says. Yeah, it's okay. We're gonna cook him today.
How the might have. Big up to you, Saad, man. Big up to you. I'm gonna introduce this guy next because he's actually here, and this is his second show in a row. So this is a new record for him. And he's actually, once again, styling and profiling because he's dressed in this maroon shirt, looking good with his ponytail like Van Dijk. Of course, the man himself, which no one knows what the hell he's doing on that island, but we still love him. Man like Ozzy. How you doing, Ozzy?
Yo, big up. I can see the Moroccans already got the glasses on. He's warming up because I know what he's warming up for. Hamza's gonna get it today. No, big up to the people, man. Obviously, Al Ahwa. We're not 200 people here before waiting for Al Ahwa. Do you know how mad that is? So big up. I didn't know that Hamza was coming. 300. Mad. Yeah, Hamza's gonna come on today. It wasn't planned. Hamza, you didn't even tell us about it, did you? It just happened right now, live. So I can't wait to see that guy get cooked. I'll just sit here and enjoy. But yeah, thanks for everyone for joining. We're gonna have a good time. Make sure you like and subscribe and all of that. But yeah, today's gonna be. By the way, the thing that you had Onana picture, that's disrespectful. You know, we're gonna have a chat about that later. But that's disrespectful. I don't like that.
You can chat about it. Don't worry. You know, you can put it in the complaints box. Okay. But big up to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Joining us on the channel as well is a guy that introduced Saad to me as French Montana. I'm like, I don't even know who French Montana is. But now with the sunglasses, I can't lie. Let Staffy land because Staffy was spitting. He was like, let's bring on the Moroccan French Montana. Joining us on the channel, of course, my lovely people. The man, the myth, the legend, the table of this channel that we're going to all place our cups on it. Man like Staffy. How you doing, Habib?
Montana. Montana.
I know you're from New York, mate. You know that guy, yeah?
Of course. Big up, man. You know, last week I was I'm a cup holder. Now I'm the table. You know, soon I'll be the whole so I appreciate that. You know, the object is progressing every week. So next week I'll be the couch or something. But hey, we're here. You know, Al Ahwa, everyone always asks me, yo, Staffy, Ahwa this weekend? I say, yes. Staffy, Ahwa today? Yes. Don't worry, guys. The Ahwa is here. Ozzy's here. There's one more person missing, and I'll let Hassan introduce him.
The corrupt one.
How on earth can you have a show with Arabs in here without corruption? I don't think it's possible. We need to have an element of corruption whenever Arabs come together because it's just part of our DNA. I'm gonna be honest with you. Joining us on the channel, of course, is the corrupt judge. The judge that is willing to accept a bribe whenever he's offered it. I want to see who he turns on today because he's been turning on a whole lot of people recently. You know, he usually doesn't like the new kids on the block. Today, alhamdulillah, there's no new for him to be. But joining us on the channel, of course, is the corrupt judge himself. No, the man, the myth, the legend. You guys already know. Man like Mo has joined us. How are you doing, Mo?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I'm very, very good. Alhamdulillah. Thank you guys for being healthy. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's well. Alhamdulillah. Families are good. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Everything is good. I'm start to be from now on, since the season started, I'm gonna go back to the Mo that talks about football only, not shameless, not everything. Of course, we're gonna but just
over.
be honest. Summer's over. Transfer market is over. Now it's football time. I'm gonna go back to the Mo, the football. Where Hussam knew me before. You remember? I was only about football and stuff like that.
So it's only agendas in the summer, but then regular season is regular mode.
Because there is so much football to talk about, bro. There is so much football. Of course, people are gonna call me agendas, and I have a new name now. It's called Mojenda. But
yo, that's nice, yo.
That's a
Whoever
banger.
came up with that. That is, oh my god, that's elite.
so that's a new
Mojenda.
name. So that's a new name because every fan base that you say one thing about their team that they don't like, they go, oh, but you have an agenda. The problem is the truth hurts, and people only want to do what makes them sleep at night. That's what people want to do. They don't want.
Let me ask you a question, Mo. Since now you're not going to be shameless, Mo, should we wait for Hamza to come to talk about Arsenal? Should we start with Onana instead?
No. We start with Arsenal, of course, the Community Shield. If Hamza actually doesn't belong here. Hamza doesn't speak Arabic unless
He's
He's
got
He's
speak
got a
Arabic
point.
and
He's
basic.
got a point.
doesn't
Wallah,
speak
he has a
Arabic.
point.
Hamza
Ahwa
doesn't
has
speak
always
Arabic.
been Ahwa for a
We
reason.
can have another show with Hamza to cook people. But Hamza, to be honest, as much as I love Hamza, he does not speak Arabic.
He's
Speak
got a
Arabic in
point.
Brazil,
He's
I'm
got
just
a point.
saying.
I don't. We don't want to move that way. But he's got a
Damn,
point.
we were fully gatekeeping, you know.
I know what you're talking. I know.
there
I
any
know you
other
have. I know,
fan?
Sam. I know you're a man of principle. When you brought this,
Who told you that? Wait, who told you that? Who lied to you? and told
I
you
know
that?
that. He's
Is
a
there,
man of
is there any
principle.
Arab
I
city
know
fan?
that.
I don't know
Listen,
any Arab
I know he's a man of principle. But
You
when
knew
you
wrong,
said
brother.
Al-Ahwa is only about, we will find an Arabic-speaking content creator for City. Then they have people.
People say Mo's being racist.
Racist. What do you mean?
No,
what does that
I
have to
don't
do?
think so.
It's
I don't think
language now being a race. It's language being a race.
More
You know,
Fair enough.
discrimination.
Fair enough.
The people that listen, though, the people that listen know where Al-Ahwa comes from. Al-Ahwa is Al-Ahwa. You know, look. You know, staff is showing it with the shisha today. You know, he's come back
Shisha,
with
the Palestinian scarf.
the Palestinian scarf. You know, I got the mug here. I got my cup. You know, so at the end of the day, Hamza's my
The
guy,
Moroccan flag.
but he doesn't. Unfortunately, he doesn't meet the requirements, and it's language. It's not racism. It's language. If he comes on here and he speaks a good sentence of Arabic, then maybe we'll allow him. We'll see.
We'll see if we will surprise the people. Anyway, before we get started, Habibis, there's already 500 people here, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't even started talking about football yet, and there is 500 people in this building right here, right now. Alhamdulillah for the growth of this show. You guys have supported it so much. Love you all. Before I get to the super chats and all of that, I just want to say, make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Yani, there's no reason 500 people are here, and we're not already on 200, 250 likes. So slap the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Chombe, chill out, Habibi, chill out. Chill out, Habibi, chill out. You cannot speak Arabic if you're not on the panel. Don't worry. So
This is
relax,
not an Arabic-speaking show. We're speaking English to you.
yeah, we're speaking in
We
English.
made that deal. We made a deal to get people on Al-Ahwa that only speak Arabic for a reason, because on the background we speak Arabic to each other. He
the
can be
culture.
added to the
People,
group.
you know what? People like the little words in it that we insert in the middle that are in Arabic, like khalas. Like people were copying Hassan last week, everyone saying khalas. That's what people like. Mo is not actually being racist, guys. This is a joke. He's just saying, like,
Yeah,
you know,
like literally.
we're all the same.
So anyway, make sure you guys are liking
Stop
the
doing
video.
that. You're not American. Cut that shit out.
يا عمي بدي اروح اعمل ريستارت يا مصطفى يا الله خلينا نعمل ريستارت يا anyway so خلص Judge Mo you have demanded that we start with Arsenal, so we will start with Arsenal. So let's go to the champion for him to start as I go restart my internet. تفضل.
Champion,
Yalla. Okay, so listen.
we're introducing you as the champion.
Firstly,
Is that
Can I
how
just-
low?
yeah.
I've never seen anyone put shades on for the community shield ever in my life. But carry
No,
on.
no.
Listen, this was for the for Hamza's sake, but
You know, Ozzy, this guy
not gonna
told
be
me yesterday
joining
he
us.
wouldn't celebrate if they won. He said the players won't celebrate, and he's sitting here with shades.
he's not. If he's not going to be
He's
joining
sitting
us,
here with shades,
fine,
acting
I'll
like the
take him
B
up.
Tech. He's acting like
take him up.
B Tech French Montana with the
But
shades. on.
hold on, because we get to your goalie in a second. Yeah, we'll get to your goalie in a second.
Not speaking.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, let's get into this. Yeah. So firstly, yeah, I want to start off by shouting out two players which I thought played out of their skin today. Yeah, Saliba and Jurriën Timber. Yeah, those two players played out of their skin. Yeah, Jurriën Timber, I didn't even like since he's come to this team. Every single game has just been banger after banger after banger after banger. Even people start saying to me, "Oh, did he really play that good? Did he really play that good against Man United though?" And I said, "Yes, he did. He didn't even get taken over that many times."
Sad. I was there at the game. Shahada Lillah, in front of God, I did admit that he was the best player on the pitch, probably for Arsenal.
Yes,
It looked amazing. I've seen it in person.
Bro, I'm telling you, the fact that we got that guy for 40 million, alhamdulillah, because that's crazy. That's crazy, alhamdulillah.
How much did you buy Timber for, Hamza?
40. That's not Hamza, that's Sad.
Sorry,
No,
Sad.
no,
Sorry, I just met Sad for the first time. How much did you buy? Timber was for 40 mil, yeah?
Yeah, it was. I think it was
That's
40,
a bargain, by the way. I'm gonna
something.
just say it right now.
Yeah,
That's a
it's crazy.
That bastard Louis Van Gaal cost us Timber last summer, if you remember. He was actually Ajax wanted more money for him, and he said he wanted to come, and he said no because you're not gonna get minutes before the World Cup. Quality
Well,
player,
actually,
I wanted him, bro.
I don't think that's completely true, because the thing is, yeah, Trossard. No, because his brother actually came out this transfer window and said he didn't want to come to Man United. He always wanted to come to Arsenal. He was waiting for him to come.
Here we go.
So
And
shameless,
he
bro.
wanna
See
come
how
to Man
you
United.
give him an inch,
It's
they take
okay,
a whole
man.
mile,
It's
bro.
okay.
Allah, you give him
Listen,
an
I
inch.
understand right now. I understand that you're hurt and you feel disrespected.
I just give him praise, you shameless B-Tech
We're giving
French
you praise,
Montana,
we're saying he's
and
one
then
of
you
the shining
twist it in a
of
way
the
to
summer.
handle this.
Listen,
I gotta flip my
I'm just trying to tell you guys, man. It's just
handle what? Yalla, Habibi, come.
the facts,
No.
the
Hold on. You guys,
But-
too many. Hold on. I want to get the facts here. Sad. Did Man United try to sign Timber?
Yes.
Okay. Did they fail?
Yes.
Fact or no fact?
Yes.
Fact. Did he choose Arsenal?
Yes.
So what are you guys crying about? I
Did
don't
you
get it.
hear what I said?
No,
Oh,
I
so
didn't.
now it's crying.
No,
Why
I
the minute you say a
No, I
word, it's
didn't.
always crying, bro? What
So,
did I
okay,
say?
so okay.
What
What
did
are
I
you complaining? Why did you?
I did not complain.
Okay.
I said I am upset that we couldn't sign him last summer.
Oh,
because of
okay.
what
So
Louis
thank
Van
you. So
Gaal-
you're admitting that he chose Arsenal over Man United.
Did he choose him last summer? We
So-
went
so
in for
you
him
were
last
not on it.
summer.
So that's why I don't know the facts. That's why I asked for the facts. first.
Mo, the facts are
Oh,
Louis Van Gaal said
okay. Thank you. See, Ozzy knew exactly what I meant. So it was last summer, and you couldn't get him. And the
because
Arsenal,
Louis
the
Van
only
Gaal told him
team,
you're not gonna get
Arsenal, are
minutes.
the only team that were in on him for this summer, right?
Correct, but that's why I said last summer Louis Van Gaal cost us
I didn't know that. Okay, so
Well,
telling
that's
half
another
the truth,
education.
by the way, for Sad, telling half the truth is kind of misleading. You know what I mean? Like he said half the truth that made me think that Man United were in him for this year.
I didn't say that. I said
Not
last
you.
summer,
I said sad.
Oh,
No,
yes,
he said
yes,
me. He said
sad
me.
beyond
Yes,
bullshit.
he told me half the
the
truth.
thing
You know
is-
what I mean? You know when you say half the truth without telling the important
He's
part. That it was
Moroccan, Habibi.
last-
What do you expect?
I'm
The
was
judge
last
has
I
year.
came into this and I'm shameless. Man. I
The
came
judge
into
is
this
here. You
shameless.
haven't worked with the judge
Yeah,
before. The
sad.
judge
You
is
kind of
here.
lied
It's
in the
fine,
court.
it's fine.
You lied in the court.
Sad, you can lie to me,
Mhm.
you can lie to Ozzy, but when the judge is on the show, I'm telling you can't get away
I'm
with it.
asking straight question. I asked you, were Man United in for him? You said yes, without telling the second part. Did I didn't have
you
to
didn't.
ask was it last year or
Wait,
not.
Mo. In fairness to me, you didn't clarify which
Oh my
transfer window
God!
they
So
were
Man
in for
United
him.
were. So
You
if
didn't
I ask,
clarify which
oh
transfer
my
window.
God,
You just said
this is
when Man United.
ridiculous.
You just said when
You
Man
should-
United.
you-
in
So
for
what
him.
if Man
You went
United,
last
if
his
Man
last
United
transfer
wanted
window.
a player 4 years ago, and I asked if Man United wanted a player 4 years ago, and he signed him this year, and I asked you, were Man United in for him? You tell me yes.
Wallahi,
Come
so shameless.
on.
You know what's the issue, Mo? Actually, last summer they were in for Martinez, and he actually said no to them to join us. That could have been my counter, but this is not what the show is about to be about. You know, you can sit there and be shameless. We're not going to talk about last summer and this summer. Go ahead and waffle about your team today.
Either way, anyway, moving on. So yeah, Timber, Saliba played out of their skin. Saliba had Haaland in his pocket. He couldn't do nothing that game. He got 22 touches, did nothing with any of them. So it's fine. Khalas, we move on. Yeah.
Carlos.
Now Declan Rice. Yeah, we have to talk about this guy because he took down Rodri and and Bernardo
يا عم
Silva.
let him
Yeah.
finish يا عم
Two-
بيقول أي
two-
كلام. Let him finish.
So,
Let him
so
خليه
two,
ينبسط.
two players got taken down, yeah? One of them got taken down was Rodri, and one of them was Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva was trying to dribble with the ball. Declan Rice came out of nowhere, took the ball off him. He got left on the floor like this. He was like that, on the floor. He was like, "What's just happened? Who just came past me?" And you see Declan Rice just running. You see number 41. That's all he saw. A red shirt with number 41. And he's running off. Wow.
Alright, can I just stop you there real quick?
Let him finish. Let him finish.
والله
Ozzy.
مش
Let him
قادر
finish.
والله مش قادر والله مش قادر
Wallahi, I know.
He
I know.
can't
but
take it.
I
He can't
understand.
take it.
He has to finish. He has to
He's like,
finish. Though.
what is
We-
going on? I'm itching. I'm itching. All
You
the
gotta
flying. It's no.
عارف
No.
Ozzy,
No.
Ozzy, you know what happens, Ozzy? When you
know
grill
what
the
I mean?
kharoof, عارف الخروف will be grilled. You gotta finish it first, and then you start ripping into it. So
he's
let
a
him.
kebab.
لا
huh?
إله
Okay.
إلا
Yeah,
He's a doner
exactly
kebab.
like a kebab. So when the
لا
kebab isn't ready,
إله
we'll stop.
Listen,
ripping.
Rice, let's be objective. Sad, Rice was good, but come on. Like, you made him look like what? Like, come on, just give me a break. Like,
At this moment,
I know you're shameless and
I'm at the
everything,
top
but
level
come
right
on.
now. I'm like at the limit of being shameless right now. So
What's
I'm gonna be
happening on the
fucking up
show, guys?
everyone.
My man came on the show and told me Declan Rice cooked Bernardo, cooked Rodri, and I'm like, what is going
Rodri
on?
and Bernardo Silva.
What is going on?
I'm glad
Anyway,
Mo's here. I feel
Ali.
safe when Mo's here. I don't have to do a lot of work.
Like,
Mo's gonna do the
Sam
work.
Saad
So-
is moving like they won the
I got-
World Cup, a
Moving
major
crazy.
trophy.
He's moving
I have to. I was this was
Yeah,
Guys,
you
this-
have to because it
this
might be
was-
the only thing you see
this-
for the next 10
no,
years.
no. One second. Hold
yeah,
on.
Is
yeah.
this how you react winning the biryani plate?
One second. This is me being shameless. I had this loaded up for Hamza because he's also shameless, man.
خلاص
This
bring
guy
him.
brings up
خلاص
brings
أقول لك
up-
يا أسامة, when he
brings up
comes back,
Saka
bring
as-
He's not home anyways.
brings up Saka as not a big player, yeah. So I had to sit there and enjoy that and listen to that bull crap for however long it went on, yeah. So all I'm gonna say is, Odegaard had a brilliant game, yeah.
Mawhoom.
Um,
Mawhoom.
Trossard had a brilliant game
Is there a word
Yeah.
in Arabic?
when he came on,
Eluded. It's Mawhoom.
and
Feminist.
yeah, we also need to speak about De Bruyne. Why does this guy never come up in these finals, man? He never does many things in these big
شايف ليه يا
finals, man.
مؤمن محتاجين حمزة؟
What's
عرفت
going on?
ليش؟
يا أخي هاتوا خليه يسكته. Seriously,
going on?
just
We
bring
need-
him on.
ما انا قلت لك
حمزة-
خلينا
حمزة-
نبدا انا ما
حمزة-
لا
رديت.
لا
antidote.
يعني
It's
it's
okay.
not to
He'll
this
come on.
point. يعني not to this point. يعني this is
انت
No,
انت
but listen,
مفكر يعني حمزة حيسكت لسعد مثلا؟ لا حمزة
no.
this way
خلاص bring Hamza and then we'll watch. Yeah. Oh my God.
He's the antidote
Yeah.
to Sad. They
Can you
cancel
be
out-
I'm not gonna
objective
lie,
a
I
little?
wasn't-
Okay, I know you
Yeah.
like the
But
shameless stuff.
let
Sad.
me
Can you be
yeah,
objective a little? Just for 2 minutes and then bring back the
I'll be
shameless.
real. I'll be real. Saliba
He's not-
and Timber. No, wallah, I'll be real. Saliba and Timber played very well. I felt like they were two of the best players on the pitch. For me, I felt like Timber was the best player on the pitch. For me, but a lot of people have been saying Saliba is because of his performance. And listen, Saliba played very well. Also, Ben White, I don't think he had a bad game. He played very well against Jack Grealish, who obviously we know he's a danger anyway going into games. Odegaard, like I said, I think he played very well.
Are you going to make us the whole starting 11 side today?
Yes, because we played well today.
I'm waiting for one player. Talk to me about how did you see Mr. Kai Havertz today?
No.
Yeah,
listen,
a word hasn't been said about him yet.
Okay. Hold on a minute. Because I can bring up Kai Havertz and I can tell you. No, relax. Because I can tell you right now. Yeah. When it comes to Kai Havertz, he did not have a bad game. Yeah. He did not have a bad game, but he missed two. No. But 1 second, I'm gonna be real. He missed 2 chances. Now, because he missed those chances, and okay,
You're finished. Wallahi, you're finished.
I'm asking the question. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So even though one of those chances you can say, oh yeah, it was a good save. The second chance should have definitely finished that. That was on a plate.
Let me ask you. You said he played okay, right? What was his rule today? What is needed from him today? Based on you, I'm not in the dressing room. You're an Arsenal fan. What was needed from Kai Havertz today? What did you think was needed from Kai Havertz today?
I think he needs to work on his finishing. That's the main thing.
No. Just hear me out. Just ask. What do you think Kai Havertz's role in the team today was? Link up play, be a number 9 in the box. What did you think was it? Number 1, if he was a number 9, he failed as a number 9. 2 chances missed. Link up play, the whole game he had 16 passes.
Okay,
that's just. Let me just give you the numbers, right? Because I have been told. Kai Havertz. Listen, I was never a foul, okay, and I've been told crazy for saying that Kai Havertz isn't his best, which is they said he did his best today. I said sometimes your best isn't good enough to play for a top club, and if Arsenal Football Club are considering themselves a top club, sometimes the best of you, like my best, isn't good enough to play for Arsenal Football Club, right? And I can put every effort and try my best. That doesn't mean it's good. You know what I mean?
I think you do a good job at right back.
No, like hold on, because this narrative that some football fans say, but he gives his heart on the pitch, he dies on the pitch. Okay, I can die on the pitch for any club, but for that much money, I will cut my arm for that much money on the pitch. Doesn't mean I'm good enough. Doesn't mean I'm good enough. You guys are deluded to think that this version of Kai Havertz is good enough. And also, people say Arteta saw something on him. Where did he see something? Is it at Chelsea or at Leverkusen? Okay, where?
Leverkusen.
But Mo, you have to understand.
4 years ago, Aussie, Habibi. That was 2018, 2019. It's 2023, 2024.
No, the thing is, Mu'min, I'm with you on that. I 100% agree. It just depends on where you place him, because he's not playing in his preferred position. That's not his position. He's not a striker.
What is his preferred position?
What is
his preferred position? Because we were on this channel days ago, and we said,
no Jesus. Tell them, Staffy. Tell them.
As Hussam even messaged me today. He was like, I thought of you when I saw that. I said, they're going to play him in the 9. Saad over here, the shameless guy, and another Arsenal fan were on the panel, and they said, no, he's not going to play in the 9. Arteta about him to play him in the midfield. He's used them in the preseason, all preseason in midfield. Why the hell would he all of a sudden put him in the number 9? Is going to be Trossard. And now when he plays, they want to praise him. Like, oh, he did this, he did that, he linked up the play. You know, Arteta saw something. Oh, but now Arteta saw something. But when El Abdulillah said that, no one believed that. Because like what? Because I don't stand on the touchline with Arteta. Shameless fan base, man. I'm gonna go get another call from my
it is shameless. And listen, Ozzy Bastawani, while Staffy go fixes the charcoal, let me just run through these super chats quickly. Big up to Queen Nadra, who says, a big up, y'all. When was the last time Arsenal beat Man City? Meanwhile, Liverpool bullies them every time. Well, I wouldn't say we bully them every time. That is Nadra, Habibti, please don't get us in trouble. I try to start this argument. We don't bully them every time. But I spoke to City fans today who themselves told me, had Liverpool been playing Man City today instead of Arsenal, the way Liverpool play against us, we would have lost in regular time probably by 3 goals or so, because they didn't think that they themselves didn't think, let's say, that even they had a good game. But big up to you, Nadra. Thank you for the super chat. Big up to Faisal says Liverpool won it last season. Saad, don't jinx us. Big up to you, Faisal Habibi. Thank you so much for the super chat. I can't lie, Saad came in with a different energy. Man wore shades and shit. Crazy, bro. Big up to my guy, Michael Talks Football. I know you're currently in Ecuador, Argentina, visiting all the unbelievable football countries in South America. Enjoy your Boca Juniors trip as well. He says, this show makes me want to learn Arabic. Big up to you, Michael. And listen, DM me. I will teach you, but for money, for nothing for free in life. Let's talk money, Habibi. Let's talk wallet. Big up to you, Michael. I'm just kidding. Michael, you should try learn it. It's definitely a language that comes in handy. Murad Ya Hayawan says, what was that combined 11 on XI on Twitter? You were part of making that combined 11. I'm gonna cuss him in Arabic. Sorry, مين الحيوان اللي حط سوبر شات لمحمد النني؟ مش انت يا مراد يا كلب يا حيوان يا مراد، مش انت اللي دفعت مصاري عشان تحط النني بالفريق؟ مين اللي تبهدل على تويتر؟ انا. ليش؟ لانك حيوان. عرفت ليش؟ بس انت حبيبي لانك تدعم القناه. حبيبي يا حيوان. Big up to you. Big up to McManus who says, good evening, brothers. Tell our brother to take his glasses off. He hasn't seen enough shiny good trophies in his last time to wear those inside.
FA Cup against Chelsea. We beat them.
Oh my God. Man said he hasn't seen enough shining in his trophies in his lifetime. La, McManus, that has to be super chat of the day. Regardless of what comes after this, you just cussed Saad differently, and this is what I'm here for. Big up to you. Up to you, McManus, man. What the super chat. That's a W for you. Only Arab speaking while I'm out. No, you are as a listener, don't worry about it. Big up to you. Derishan says Havertz should learn Arabic soon. Sell him to Saudi. Big up to you, Derishan. I can't lie, he might need to. Tevin, big up to you, Tevin. He says the shameless ain't even acceptable. Shaking my head, tough. Tevin is an Arsenal fan. Even he's calling you shameless. Sad. And finally, Zlatan. Akhi Hussam, Havertz was so shy he didn't even show up. Bloody hell, man. Bloody hell, bro. Can't lie, the insults happening today are unbelievable. Just before we carry on with the conversation, there's 700 people watching us. Big up to Zlatan, Tevin, Dinishan, Chambe, McManus, Murad, Michael, Faisal, and Nadra for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you're all liking the video right now. 700 people in the comment section right now. Please do like the video. Please do subscribe. We might get to 1K inshallah today. So please do like, please do subscribe. Habibis. Nadra says Havertz misses chances or Mounts misses chances. I can't lie, Mount's been even worse than Havertz. I'm gonna just say it as it is. So now, thank you, Nadra. So now, Mr. Saad, are you gonna revise your takes that you were taking earlier on this video?
I was being shameless. So
no shit. You know what I mean? Were you?
Yeah. No, I was being shameless.
I find that hard to believe. I thought you were.
I don't even want to be next to this guy.
I was just being. No, come on, man, come on.
No.
You know what I mean?
Put Mo next to
you have to put me.
You have to put me up front. Put Mo under his desk.
I'm not gonna put four in one line.
Switch Mo with Saad. I don't want to be next to Saad.
You're either this guy is such a haywan because either way, look, I'm still next to him.
I'm more comfortable.
It doesn't matter.
I'm more comfortable this way.
But listen, if
I'm not getting what is going on, why did he say next to? You're talking about your picture, Stuffy.
No, you're just trying to get rid of Saad. You're elite. We wanted you close to us.
Yeah. Because you actually, do you know what it is? We were figuring out who you're gonna come at today, but we know it's very clear today.
Yeah, haram. Saad told me like weird stuff. Like I have to like call him out. Like what was that?
He said he told me weird stuff.
A moment, can I ask you a question? Because you were on never a foul. Did you address this? Bajad, did you address this? 7 touches. The
Havertz.
The cyborg. 7 touches in the whole game. Did you address it? 0 XG. Mr. Haaland.
We didn't address it for one reason, because last year, the thing that was said there is that last year he was shit in the Community Shield, and he started against West Ham, scored 2 goals, and kept scoring. So okay. And also there is one more thing. If you want to be objective and talk about City today,
don't we have to talk about today though? From an objective perspective, the guy had 7 touches. Remember last year when Lukaku had 8 touches against Palace?
Ask me a question. You asked me a question. I thought against West Ham he had like 12 touches, scored 2 goals. He literally did.
But this is
remember these 2 goals. But so let me tell you what I think about Man City today, right? Today Arsenal can take positives of this game And Man City can take one thing out of this game is that Pep Guardiola tried to go to the pivot thing and play two strikers behind each other. And exactly, it didn't work, bro. Just stick to what you know. You know what I mean? Just stick to what you know. ما تألفش. حاول. He tried today to play the pivot. And okay, so listen, what he did today, Pep Guardiola, is still played 4 center back. I said, I call Kyle Walker a center back, right? He's not a right back that goes forward, crosses the ball, does nothing. He tried to play 4 center backs, 2 defensive midfielders, 2 strikers behind each other, and it didn't work. That's why Man City today, the players were trying so hard, but it wasn't just working. It wasn't working. And the goal they scored, actually, was from a brilliant move by sucking Arsenal out of their area. After who came on? The players that know how to dribble, how to be creative, the KDBs, the Fodens. Otherwise, it was just going to... I didn't feel that Man City would score any goals, to be honest. They wasn't going to score any goals until the... Go ahead.
لا خلص.
So my point is, Arsenal can take a lot of positives today in terms of like this Arsenal that I saw today was the Arsenal that I saw for the first 29 games that played. Apart from if any striker was in the area instead of Havertz, I would have scored 1 and Arsenal would have been 1-0 up. Just let's be clear about that, right? But they had Havertz. But the rest of the team, Partey, back to his best. Rice, a little bit with Timber. I think that only works against Man City, probably because it's so defensive. And I said that on Never Fall. I said, basically, they had Arsenal themselves, they had 4 center backs. Like Timber is a left center back, right? Left center back. He's more a defensive player, not an offensive player. Rice isn't an 8. He's not gonna, like today, he looked like he wants to get on the ball next to Thomas Partey. You know what I mean? Like you had 2 players coming close to the defense to get on the ball. So that's why the offense was a little bit isolated today from Arsenal. Normally, they are more connected to each other. But the way Arsenal played looked like the way they played in the first half of the season in terms of passes, a lot of movement and stuff like this. Man City today can take one thing out of this game. Man City should not play the 4 center backs and two for now. They should just play the way they played before, inverted, or you get a proper number 8 that can crash the 18, because Kopish isn't that guy.
Kopish couldn't do the Gundogan.
He isn't that guy. But anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing that we talk about their strength and their strength with against the other top 6s. It doesn't matter what happens in a game; they can bring on players that have the same quality. Yeah. Now, if you get rid of Mahrez, you get rid of Gundogan, who are you going to bring on from then on? Like I don't think they have as strong a subs bench as they used to have, because they used to bring on players 60, 70th minute and they'd still have the same quality. Now, I want to point out 2 things really important, because it really pisses me off every single year we have this situation where you have people that are, say, for example, like this year, Arsenal fans that will come approach the Community Shield and go, oh, it's just a friendly. And as soon as they win, oh, God, no, first trophy of the season.
Put the glasses on.
The Community, and put glasses on. The Community Shield is the English Super Cup. I don't care if you change the name. I don't care what you do with it. It's the English Super Cup, right? Now, what's the point of playing these games and acting like they're important when you win them, people come and clown you for celebrating? It's a trophy.
Can I explain a little bit to you? Can I explain a little bit to you, Ozzy, like why this is different? Because if you watch the Super Cup in Italy or France or even Spain, they have the same rules as the regular games. You know what I mean? In terms of the number of subs, the way it happens. In the Community Shield, until 2 years ago, they were allowed 5 subs, while everyone else was allowed only 3 subs. So the FA, the English Federation, treated that game as a charity game. Teams were subbing 5 players halftime. That wouldn't happen in the Super Cup in Spain or the Super Cup in Italy. Nowadays, because of social media and because now we have 5 subs in the league as well, it looks like, oh my God, it's the same. But just 3 years ago, Ozzy, it was treated like a charity game from the federation.
Called the Charity Shield. The FA is the problem, Mortman. The FA the problem. If the FA treat it as a charity game, it's going to end up being
which was the coaches used to sub 5 players after. Hussein, you remember what I'm talking about? Like, you guys remember when Man United, they used to sub 5 players at halftime, win or lose. It didn't matter. Like, come on.
And also to add on to what Mo said, let's remember that only 10 years ago, or a bit more, maybe 11, 12 years ago, if the game ended in a draw, the Community Shield was shared.
Yes.
So if that rule still applied, Arsenal and City would have
Nobody thinks
shared
that
the Community
unless
Shield.
they-
That's why
unless
for me,
they
I never
change it.
count the Community Shield in any serious
Unless they do it and they treat it as an actual game, they call it the Super Cup, and it has the same exact rules like the other games or something. They can change it, but it's already a charity game. It's already a charity game.
I agree.
I feel like
that's why I'm saying it needs to change from the FA.
But
right?
I'm gonna take the word and say, if I was Arsenal or City, and you ask any coach, you would rather win it than lose it.
Bro, did you
It's
see
as
how they were
simple as that.
celebrating today? This is how football should be. Like, we're not out here watching a game and at the end they're not celebrating, or they're doing this thing after they win the penalties where they're jogging towards the winner. Like, I don't like that. I like it to be competitive. But you mentioned something about Haaland. I don't understand how people are so picky with how they judge strikers and they judge players. Hossein mentioned last year when Lukaku did that, and he had 5 or 6 touches, and he didn't do anything for the whole game, right? Rather than jog around, it was basically it was athletic season for him, yeah. And then when Haaland does it, there's a couple people that mentioned.
Yeah, all I'm asking for is the same energy, yani.
Same energy for
Yani,
Haaland.
Moment, you can't tell me in the first Premier League game he's gonna score 4 goals. طب احنا we're talking about today. Today the guy had 7 touches and was non-existent.
Yeah, exactly. If he doesn't score goals, he's non-existent. And if he doesn't have,
I think he missed De Bruyne though. That midfield was not helping him.
Right.
Having a
Let's be
double
honest,
pivot.
there was zero creativity in the City team. Zilch. Don't give me this Jack Grealish stuff. Listen, I'm not here to give props. Don't give me this Jack Grealish is creative. Bernardo Silva is a great hustler on the pitch, runs a lot, gets involved. He ain't KDB. He ain't Riyad Mahrez. He ain't that guy. He ain't Foden.
It's unfair to judge any player with the comparison to KDB. KDB is the most creative player, barring Modric, in terms of ball playing, through balls, finding the striker, other than Modric. That's it. Those two are...
Even Foden is creative. Yeah, I'm sorry. Today, I'm looking at Julian Alvarez. The guy looked like lost. He didn't know where to be on the pitch. Do I join Haaland on the or I drop deep next to the midfielders? Bro, there was like 40. There was 40 yards different between Kovacic, Rodri, if we want to overanalyze the game, right? 40 yards between Haaland, Alvarez, and Rodri and Kovacic. So where is that? Who's getting the ball in these areas?
Did you see how many times Kovacic tried to
play the back in the US,
it didn't work?
What do you think?
You're back in the US, huh? Because you know how I knew you were back in the US? Because you have your inter-stress ball and you keep doing this.
So you saw the inter-stress ball, but you didn't see the background.
Yeah, the one thing that got me was the inter-stress ball. That's when I know he's in the US. Because when he started doing this shit right here, I know his head is hot.
That's not a green screen, bro. That's actually his room. Like, that's a real...
No, but this is the thing. You see, people want us to talk about it. This is what McManus is saying. 0 goals in 7 big knockout or final matches. Imagine being outperformed by Palmer Oil. This is what I'm talking about with Haaland. Like, I can't lie. Even in the Champions League final, who won it for City? Sorry, Moment. Who won it for City? Rodri. That's who won it for City. It wasn't even an Erling Haaland goal or none of that. And you can't tell me in the final, it's not like they didn't create him chances. They created him multiple chances. So Haaland performance today was not good enough. And if anyone had that performance, they would be chatting shit about him.
How many goals did he score against the top 6, top 7 last season? Because I don't remember him scoring against Liverpool.
Well, he scored, I think, a hat-trick.
Stop. Yeah. Ozzy, see what you just did?
I know.
Against Man United.
I'm not talking about...
I stayed quiet. Wallahi, this is why I stayed quiet. Ozzy, he just forgot. He's got a hat-trick against us. I'm
not talking about United. I know he scored a hat-trick against us. He didn't do anything at Old Trafford. I'm talking about the rest of the top 6. That's what I'm talking about. Because the big games, that's what I'm asking.
He didn't score against us. He didn't score against... I don't think he scored against...
Oh my God, are we sitting on this show criticizing Erling Haaland for playing a bad game in the Charity Shield? You guys are crazy, right?
Why not?
No, Allah, you are crazy.
And by the way,
you're cringing.
تعال احضر باتل ذا نور بكره. اذا صاحبك ما خليت راسه يطلع منه نار ما بكون اسمي حسام. شو رايك؟ هاي كمان بدي اعطيك اياها.
طيب خلاص.
Big up to JK who said, I'm sick to these owners sign and move like a big club by spending on a midfielder high quality, then we win the league. Right now, I'm seething. I agree with you completely, JK. And it's pathetic the way FSG are moving. And
FSG
honestly, I don't even want to talk about it. This ownership group is just sad and pathetic, man. But big up to you.
Big up FSG, man. Big up FSG.
Big up the Glazers. Inshallah, they stink of piss at Old Trafford even more. Why is everyone running the narrative Kai played today bad today? So is Rice. Both were good. Sam called it before the game. Big up. I can't lie to you. I said Arsenal are going to win today. I thought they'd win in 90 minutes because I think this game meant a little bit more for Arsenal than it did for City. But they ended up winning on penalties. And at the end of the day, they lifted the shield. So that's what matters. I'm going to be honest with you. So big up to you, Matty Osman. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who's watching us. 800 people are in the house. 400 likes is our next target. Make sure you're slapping the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now, please do like the video. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Keep letting us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And Jade, with all due respect, I'm not clutching at straws. I'm not talking about Hojlund last season. I'm talking about today's game. Today's game was crap. Full stop. So that's just how it goes.
Hojlund makes everyone around him a worse player. If you look at Alvarez, Alvarez is a brilliant player. The best example of when Alvarez has decent players that knows how to get him into his spots, right, is the Argentina World Cup. He was brilliant for Argentina because they understand each other. But then you look at Hojlund, for example. Hojlund, zero link-up play, doesn't know how to dribble. All he knows is when he goes into the box. So it's not just that when he doesn't score, he doesn't help the team.
You're talking about today or you're talking about Hojlund in general?
I'm talking about Hojlund in general. And today.
But I completely disagree.
Why do you completely disagree? You think
Because
he's got
because the man from February until the end of the season, his passing changed. His first touch changed completely. He used to bring balls down, pass the ball. He used to get involved in the game more. The numbers don't lie, bro. I'm sorry. I completely disagree with you. You probably didn't watch him the second half of the season. Am I wrong here, guys? Hojlund started assisting. My man, Ozzy, Hojlund started working outside the 18, assisting other players and crossing.
Mo, to be honest, you could but you can use if you use the game that they played against us at the Etihad. I think that's a game you can see Haaland's play style. He was doing 1-2s with De Bruyne. They were playing off of each other a lot of times. In that
again,
game.
It's arguably
that's
the best
that
team in the league, my man. Again, it's arguably the best team in the league at that time, wasn't it?
Mo, come on, man. Please, Habibi, like, you know
come
what?
on,
There's the response to you because you know what? You're protecting City. You're protecting City too much. Look at this here. They're responding to you in the comments. By Mo, there's logic. You can never say bad things about Messi and Ronaldo because of the players they are. خلاص
No,
يعني.
no, so hold on.
Because Haaland broke the
no, hold on.
لأنه Haaland broke the goal record. You cannot say a bad word about him.
Is he addressing me or addressing you?
No, we can't say a bad word about him.
Is he addressing me or addressing you?
Oh, he's addressing the show.
He's addressing me. He said Mo's logic. He's addressing me. So let me respond to Murad. By logic, Murad, there is a difference between someone who has a bad spell. I will start criticizing them. But if someone within the game didn't play well or was isolated, I can't just say he's a bad player by that time, because Haaland has a lot of credit for me to go on a charity shield and start criticizing. Also, it is not his fault that his coach changed everything and left him isolated. I don't get it. Why am I criticizing Haaland today if his coach is the one who made the mistake and isolated the guy?
He starved him. I'm not gonna lie. He starved him.
Yeah, he did, bro. The guy was feeding off scraps today from
No, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Kevin De Bruyne played this. Did he play his first game today coming back from an injury, right? Is that his first game today? Community Shield?
I think so, yeah.
It's his first game, right? Why wouldn't you, knowing that Kevin De Bruyne makes Haaland 2 times the player that he is?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, 100%. I never disagree with you.
Why wouldn't you match the minutes together? Why do you take off Haaland and then put on?
You're asking me or you're asking Pep?
I'm asking you. Why did Pep do that? Because you're the tactical, so I'm asking you.
Go ahead. He just came back from an injury. KDB.
I'm saying why didn't he match the minutes between?
I'll tell you why. Do you want the easy answer that I actually said, but the people didn't listen? He was trying something today and it didn't work for him. And he didn't care enough because it was still 0-0 and he had all the ball position. He didn't care enough to change it early enough. When he changed it, they went 1-0 up and Arsenal tied the game in the 11th minute of the injury time. Simple.
طب respond to this guy right here. A new guy.
New guy. Lovely. I'm very objective, so I answer every question. And if I'm wrong, I will say I'm wrong. Go ahead.
Can you read it?
Read the super chat.
And I want you to read it.
Mo is living in a fantasy land. I wish I'm living in a fantasy land. It would be better than where I live now. It's not one game. Haaland is always isolated in big games. No one cares when he scores 15 goals against Wolves. Let me answer that. Number one, City were conceding tons of goals in the first half of the season last year. The reason why they were still within touching distance from Arsenal is because Haaland was compensating for the rest of the team by getting at the end of things. Haaland was scoring goals with crosses, and he was getting at the end of things. So that's number one. So, by the way, people care if you score against Wolves, because winning against the small teams win you the league. Simple as
we play
that.
Wolves next week. That's a bad example.
Simple as that, right? For me, Erling Haaland started the season with a bad touch, not getting involved in the gameplay, only getting at the end of things. When Man City and Pep Guardiola changed the system and had more midfielders in the midfield, it was KDB, it was what's his name, Gundogan, Stones, and Rodri. Haaland got more touches on the ball, got more involved in the game, and even in the games where he didn't get involved, he didn't have to drop deep. So that's what Pep did last year. That's what I applauded Pep, because I said City don't look the same as Haaland because they are not used to play with a number 9. He used to score goals, but everybody else looked exposed. You guys remember, City were conceding goals. City were conceding counter-attacks. City didn't look the same, but they were scoring goals, right? He had to change the system. So that's my answer to you. People care about you when you score against Wolves. Let me ask Hussam a question directly. Would you rather have Salah score 30 goals and win you points against smaller teams, but he doesn't score against big teams and someone else gets the goal and you win 1-0, or Salah score 6 goals against the top 6 and not score against Wolves? Who would you rather have? What would you rather have?
No one on earth is taking 6 over 30. No one.
Exactly.
No, but he means winning you big games. So it doesn't make sense that we're over analyzing the big games and ignoring the rest of the season, because it's a top 6. So if you're saying the rest of the 14 that he scores against doesn't count, then that's a little bit insane.
I will criticize Haaland, Staffy, when he doesn't play well against the top team, and I will say Pep Guardiola fumbled here. If you play Haaland and he's isolated against a big team, that's fine, and you don't win the game, right? But the problem with me is sometimes Haaland wouldn't get one chance, okay? And then people say, but he flopped.
Away at Anfield, he got a chance. He missed it.
Exactly. And by the way, against Real Madrid, you remember when he missed 3 clear-cut chances inside the 6 yards? Yes. He completely, Haaland was terrible when you miss from inside, but nobody spoke about him because they won. But I did. When I said, this is the striker when you should have won the game much earlier than what happened. You should have won the game. So I do speak about him. But today, I am not going to do that because it's simple.
I'm waiting for you to.
You're saying because it's the Community Shield. Anna, the only thing I said from the start was that if this was Lukaku, we would have different energy. Scoring a hat-trick against United is like bagging a 2 out of 10. United is a hat-trick charity company. Everyone gets them. Even David Bentley scored a hat-trick against them. Haaland struggled against set defenses. I can't lie. Salah scored a hat-trick against United. Gerrard scored a hat-trick against United. Torres scored a hat-trick against United.
Didn't score a hat-trick against us. He missed the third penalty. See how you don't know what you're talking about? You just
crazy, dog.
You never know what you're talking about. See, I caught him again, and now he's gonna say, "Oh, you crying."
Cry. So it gives us good content. I know
this guy like the back of my hand, man.
Can you cry for good content?
The only guy to score before Salah hat-trick against us was R9. So whoever this guy is saying a charity. I mean,
well, Champions League
2002, I think, 3, something like that.
2002, 2003, yeah.
Yeah, so it took about 20 years.
Only took about 19 years, yeah, exactly.
Big up to you, McManus. Nader says Haaland is a typical tap-in merchant, and then she says Nunez is a better dribbler than Haaland. I agree with that, but that doesn't mean anything because I wish Nunez could score 40 goals, instead of dribbling better. But big up to you. Why doesn't Foden start? Injury, or is it just depth? That's a good question.
We said he tried something new. I don't understand why people do. How hard is it? I love you, Hit 44, man. I love what you send, but to be honest, it was very simple. It was.
He said he's not a go. No, that's not a go.
That's not a go.
He goes burning.
My eyes were deceiving me. My bad. Yeah, Foden has the worst finishing ability out of any player in the top 5, top 6. He can't. Yalla.
He scored a hat-trick against United. Everybody in here would sign Haaland to their
That's the
team
only
in a
thing- that's the only
heartbeat,
thing.
just like that. And today, City dominated the game. I wouldn't take Haaland at Liverpool.
Yeah, because
Na 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 na. You know that sound,
Haaland,
right?
Haaland and Salah. Yalla.
You guys
Yeah,
know what I'm
because,
talking about.
Yalla, Haaland and Salah. Yalla.
Anyway.
Saad, would you take Haaland at Arsenal?
Yes. In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. You don't even have
Bruv,
to ask me.
that's the one
You
piece
can
that
have
you-
you can have Nketiah, you can have anybody. I'll give you anybody.
it's like
There-
saying,
there you
Saad,
are.
do you want the lottery?
Anybody is crazy.
You know why I asked Saad? He has the most pathetic attacking force in this entire panel. You know, at least moment he has Lautaro, he has Turab. This guy, who he has?
Hold on a minute.
Nketiah,
Hold on a minute.
Jesus, Balogun. اسكت يا أخي. Be quiet.
Wait. So we're not
Um,
counting Martinelli and no, hold on, Hassan.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
he's talking about
shameless.
strikers.
Are we not
man.
counting Saka and Martinelli as the top
Strikers.
players?
Okay, Saad, let me
Strikers.
address you using logic.
Okay.
Who's mentioned in the super chat? Who's mentioned in the super chat?
This one.
Everybody.
No. Which player is mentioned in the super chat?
Yeah, but Haaland, it's right there. It's sad. It's not that hard to
Haaland.
read.
Yeah, can Haaland play left wing or right wing? No. So we're not addressing left wing or right wing. Thank you very much. So moment, there's two guys getting onto you. Twin is saying Kai played well today. Mo, what is this agenda? ومكمانس
Okay, if you believe it's an agenda,
خلنا
it's
نحكيهم
fine.
ثنتين عشان نجاوبهم الثنتين. No one is arguing Haaland isn't world class. The problem is when the highest paid player in the league and supposedly the best striker in Europe, you are meant to expect big moments in big games. That is fact. رد على
Okay, I respond to you. Number
Wallahi, he
one,
explained
you
it.
got the fact wrong. Haaland isn't the highest paid player. He gets paid with bonuses when he score abysmal amount of, like, a lot of goals, right? So
which he does. So he's the most paid.
which is that no, hold on. You aren't getting paid and you're scoring goals. When you get bonuses because you score goals, you're doing your job, so you're getting bonuses. That's number one. Number two, nobody, if Haaland is scoring in every single game against every team, he will be Messi and Ronaldo's level. He isn't. Nobody said that. Lewandowski doesn't do that. Harry Kane doesn't do that. Nobody does that. Benzema doesn't do that, right? So the fact that you're just bringing me and telling me that he should score in every game, I don't think. Did he say you are meant to expect big moments in big games? He does
That's
some
true.
good moments. Against Man United, he scored a hat trick.
Against
And
Arsenal.
And
then-
also there is one more thing, guys. There is one more thing.
يا عم
There is
مان
another
يونايتد
thing.
a big game يا اخي.
طيب خلاص, they're not.
هو نادي
Also,
معفن
there's one
وانت
more
عارف
thing.
نادي معفن
Haaland
يعني.
is
يعني
did
واحد
he finish and where did
سبعة
you
من
finish?
ليفربول قاعد يقول لي بيج جيم.
يا
مؤمن كن واقعي يا اخي. ما بقول لك
أنا
اكد
واقع,
سبعة.
you are
Didn't
not.
we finish
Okay,
ahead
you're
of
not.
you?
I am being
سبعة
very
منها.
subjective.
سبعة.
I am being very.
Didn't we finish ahead of you?
I am
Didn't
being
we
very.
finish ahead of you?
We finished ahead of him and he's talking
Didn't
like
we
a
finish
human.
ahead of you?
I'm very
I
objective.
finished
Listen. You can. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna. I just give an example. My point is sometimes strikers, they don't have to score in these games, but also they can pull a player out. They can do that, and other players do. The fact that this guy scored 7 in Leipzig. Sorry, my light just keeps going off for some reason. My light doesn't even believe me.
Moment, this guy is not giving up, you know, he's on your neck, wallahi.
طيب خلاص.
Yeah,
It's not on my neck. I like this. Keep doing it, and we're gonna keep arguing with you. I love it. Actually,
Yes, we all know about City hiding the money. Naughty. He really only cost 50 million too, right? شو يا مؤمن؟ You've been hanging out with the City fans too much lately, huh? خلاص, you become...
hear me out. About Erling Haaland, it's very obvious what they did with Erling Haaland. It's not. They actually gave his dad or his agent a little more money, double the money. Like they paid Borussia Dortmund. and they
يعني
paid his
في
dad.
حتى تحت الطاولة.
That's not
That is
even.
under the
It's
table.
actually in the thing. It's in the, like, it's public. Go
طيب.
look it up.
Mino
طيب.
Riola made.
Yo,
No,
he
listen.
is the
If
highest
people,
player
yeah,
in
Hussam,
the
you
league.
really believe I like Man City and I want to give them
Yeah,
props.
I really do. I actually
No,
genuinely
Janda.
feel like...
Okay, hold on. Did you just watch me?
Even
now?
Ozzy agreed.
I agree.
Agenda.
Okay,
I
so
agree.
you guys actually think that. You know,
Yes, I genuinely believe.
I have a lot of proof against that, because last year I said it loud and clear. I said I want Arsenal to win the league because
support you, Mom.
I hate dominance, and I don't want City to win the league. And I'm saying it now. If City win the league again, the Premier League gets boring. And I think that City, everybody should do anything. And I called out everybody that supported City just because Arsenal fans are annoying. I said, for me, I want different winners of the Premier League. The best part of the Premier League is between 2009 and 2017, when nobody won it twice in a row. starting from Man United 09, Chelsea 010, and it goes on and on. That was my best. I don't like City at all, to be honest, because they are dominant. They cannot be an underdog. So I don't get what you guys say.
You don't like City are dominant.
معلش Matt. Can I just ask you a question, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question because it's annoying me a little bit. So what Sheen just said about players playing in the moments when they're supposed to, that's why they get paid the big bucks. Yeah, we compare Haaland with who? Mbappe. Yeah,
Mbappe. Thank you.
Mbappe with France, Mbappe with PSG always appears. Always appears. World Cup finals, the Champions League.
Who said you? Who, did you? I'm just clarifying something. You said we compare. Do you compare?
Everyone compares Mbappe with
Haaland and Mbappe is a conversation mode. Don't be.
And it is a conversation for sure because Haaland scored 50 goals last year. Doesn't matter how you score the goals. Listen, it doesn't matter how you score.
How many goals would Mbappe score in City?
See, the problem with you is that how many if he played. He didn't do that.
Has Mbappe ever had a manager like Pep in his whole career?
Mbappe had Messi, Neymar, and couldn't play with them.
100%.
But the thing is,
I am actually with you. I actually think Mbappe is. Listen, don't get me to say stuff that are. I actually think Mbappe is way ahead of Erling Haaland in terms of abilities and everything.
Alhamdulillah, you haven't completely.
No, do you guys think that I'm gonna sit here and tell you that Haaland is the better player? Am I an idiot?
With everything that you've said in the last 15 minutes, anything is possible.
To be honest,
you guys have selective hearing and you like to hear what you say.
You know what, Mo?
I'd be willing to make a bet that in Mbappe's entire career, he's never had a 7-touch game in his entire career.
100%.
I bet that's never happened. I bet that's never happened.
Hassan, I beg you, Habibi, can you put a poll in the chat, please? Just ask, I wonder what the chat are thinking. Is Mo waffling? Just to that question.
I don't think Mo's waffling. I'm going to be very honest. I don't think Mo's waffling. I think Mo's been very objective about everything that he said. And I don't disagree with him. You guys are talking. You're trying to hold on. You're trying to insert Mbappe in this debate that we're having all of a sudden and saying Mbappe would have done this, Mbappe would have done that. Haaland came in and you're saying he has a better manager. His manager couldn't win the Champions League with this team until he came in. And we want to ignore that. He came in and they won a treble. Mbappe had, as Mo said, he had Messi and Neymar around him and they couldn't figure out a way to play. So I think you're being very unreasonable. I don't think Mo has said anything that would be considered waffling. I'm not going to lie. I agree with what he's been saying.
All right. Well, that's the first time you've ever seen staff defend Mo, ever. Never.
Big up to
Mo when he's right.
United 36-2 in the last 10 games. Yeah, mother. That's why when he said Man United is a big game, I started laughing. I'm like, حطينا 7 فيهم جاي تحكي لي big game. أي big game يا أخوي.
We'll see
Actually, let me say something here. I actually think that the people that want to criticize Haaland today, okay, they are clinging into something just to criticize the player.
It's like they found something to complain about.
That's not what it says.
My opinion.
My point is a very simple point. يا حبيبي يا مؤمن بس أنت اللي مش راضي ترد علي. I told you from the start, if this was Romelu Lukaku, please go back, Mu'min. You're a content creator. Chelsea nil.
Ask me the question, Osam. Ask me the question and let me answer. Ask me the question and let me answer, please.
اسمع. لما خلصت المباراة, Chelsea 0, Crystal Palace 0. That game specifically right there, Romelu Lukaku had 8 touches. They killed him on social media. They killed him on YouTube because Chelsea didn't win the game. But today City didn't win and the guy had 7 touches. What your point is, we can't criticize him today because he scored 9 million goals last year. طب احنا we're talking about today.
You can criticize him in the 90 minutes, but you guys are overdoing it. And this is what Mo is trying to remind you of. Because we can criticize him in the 90. He already explained why he.
You're missing the point. Roman is not even criticizing him for today. That's my problem.
I mean, he explained why he thinks he starved. He put a striker behind him instead of putting De Bruyne. He put a double pivot that he doesn't usually do. And he went to 4 in the back when last season he was playing 3 in the back. We saw the City team thrive with a different formation.
And when today he didn't. Who's asking about last season? Did you ever hear me criticize Haaland last season?
No, but
Isn't this Ahwa? Isn't this Ahwa 5 hours after the Community Shield final? طب احنا what are we supposed to talk about? My eyebrows? ما احنا بدنا نحكي عن Community Shield. طب okay, the Community Shield today he was
doing it. You're overdoing
it. If I cannot come on a channel after Haaland has a shit game and say he has a shit game, then خلاص, there's no need
you
for
are clinging for content.
He explained why.
This is crazy.
Roman, was Haaland today? Yes.
You asked me a question, let me answer it.
طب
The
احكي لي
reason
بس يا
why
اسلم
Haaland-
was shit.
يا أخي, you asked me like 50,000 questions. Let me answer you, okay? The first thing
Thank you,
about
Diallo.
why
you, Diallo.
why I am not gonna criticize Haaland today,
Mo hasn't had a shocker.
because the way,
Facts.
huh?
I'm saying Mo hasn't
Yeah,
had a
always people with
He's
that.
had a
Thank you
shocker
so
today,
much.
let's be
I
honest, let's be
really
honest.
appreciate the super chat, my man. There is like 50,000 other people that think I speak facts, but anyway, people differ.
shocker.
People differ, bro. People differ. To be honest, let me just explain to you why Haaland today didn't touch the ball. He tried to move, the ball never came his way. Saliba was marking him really well. Okay, same as Rodiger. Saliba and Gabriel really marked him really well today. Okay, nobody delivered him the ball for anything, because City don't play hopeful balls to Haaland, and he had no space. The difference between Man City and Arsenal today is that Arsenal sometimes they will play the hopeful ball up top, hoping that the forward will get it. Man City don't do that. Man City would rather go to Ortega than play the hopeful ball in the channel
They don't
for
do
Haaland
that
to run
garbage
into
shit,
them. Okay. And City didn't have any creativity today to give Haaland any space. So he was marked the whole game. So the coach didn't give him a chance to even touch the ball. If Haaland touched the ball today and lost it, I would say the same to you. I would tell you, yes, he had a shocker. But Haaland wasn't even involved in the game today, because his boss had a stinker today in terms of tactics, because they had the ball and Arsenal were very comfortable standing in front of them. Tried to pass us. They didn't. They kept passing the ball left and right without hope. It goes to Grealish, it goes back. It goes to Bernardo, try to dribble, try to cross, to nobody. So that's my point, Hussam. Haaland didn't exist today. Is it his fault?
Oh, yeah.
It might be. It might be. He should have moved more. But I'm telling you that Man City don't play hopeful balls. Simple as that.
طيب, okay. No one is disagreeing with any word you said. All we wanted to say was Haaland had a bad game today, and you said it. Alhamdulillah. وصلنا. Haaland scored against
المشكلة كلها إن
17.
أنت you wanna put it. No, I'm sorry. I'm
You
not
just
gonna
want
let
him
you
to
do
say that he's shit
that.
today, even though
He
he
wanted
explained it
me,
in an
Hussam,
educated
I
way.
love that, right? Hussam, you wanted me to say that he had a bad game. Okay, he didn't touch the ball. He wasn't involved. Is it his fault?
Yes,
Probably
he should
not.
drop deep and
By
try
the way,
to get the ball.
Mu'min,
Yeah,
Salah-
Habibi, he wasn't
Salah-
asked to
no,
drop
Mu'min.
deeper. You're
خلاص
not
Mo,
getting
wallahi,
it.
at this point,
Mu'min.
you're beating a dead horse, wallahi.
Yeah,
no,
wallah al-azim, this is getting ridiculous. And I have a football
Mu'min,
game in about an
Mu'min,
hour. You're going to let
Mu'min,
me
it's
forget
done.
all the tactics in my head.
Mu'min, استنى. Can you agree
Are
that
you
Salah-
on the sideline or on the pitch?
I am the coach and a player for the team, bro.
Player
طب
coach.
خلاص
This guy,
عادي, if it's an hour, you still have plenty of
this
time.
guy thinks he's Ryan
No, I
Giggs.
have
Player
plenty of time.
coach.
I'll have to leave in a bit because I
That's
need to get ready and
crazy.
leave. I will leave probably by 1. I have to leave here
Tactical.
by 1, which is
Tactical mode.
plenty of time.
Mm.
اتفضل يا اوزي اتفضل. Take your shot, my friend. Take your
Let me
shot.
just
An
press the
open
super chat
goal
out قبل ما
now.
you take your shot. Haaland scored 17 out of 19 in the league last year. He did, NATO, and we gave him credit for last year. Unfortunately, talk about today. Nadra says Mbappe is World Cup winner. End of convo. Fair.
I never even brought Mbappe into this. You guys are
خلاص,
cringing, so you brought Mbappe.
He's just talking in general. Why is Mo piping up for such a simple topic? Big up to McManus. W for the super chat, my brother. Big up to you. Thank you so much for the super chat, Habib. Big up to
You
you.
owe me something from that, but fine.
Big up McManus. He says, ايش يا مؤمن?
You owe me something from that.
Well, inshallah, when they make cash up in Jordan, unless you want me to do international bank transfer.
Western Union.
Prem is the best league in the world. However, it's becoming increasingly easy to score him. Then Almiron scored 10 plus. Haaland is a league player, not a cup player. It's fine to not have a big moment in every big game, but name one final or semi. That's a good point. I can't lie to you, wallah.
So
Like he actually doesn't have a
he play?
big
Okay,
game
so
in
I can't
knockout.
remember the moments now, but I thought against Paris Saint-Germain about 2 seasons ago at Dortmund, he had a brilliant game and scored a brilliant goal. Isn't that or Bayern? I can't remember.
He scored against
Anyway,
Bayern last season.
I am not here to give Haaland props. I'm just saying the fact is Haaland is a number 9. He improved by the end of the season. He was only getting the end of the chances. He made some runs behind the defense if they gave him space. That's simple. Simple as that. I'm not saying that Haaland is a world beater and he's going to dribble 3-4 guys and score a goal. Probably Son is more talented than him. Salah is levels above him in terms of creating chances and stuff like that. I never said that. You guys want to put words in my mouth. I never said that.
all I was
You know
gonna
what?
say
تفضل أوزي تفضل.
لا خالد تفضل انت حبيبي.
Listen,
Yeah,
my
some
thing
things.
is whenever
I
we're
love
having,
how Saad is sitting at the back listening.
Salah
to us.
hasn't said a word in like 30 minutes. He has
Yeah.
less
Bro,
involvement.
this-
He has
We
less
wasted
involvement.
30 minutes talking about Haaland and instead of
saying-
he
Osam,
has less
who came
involvement
with
than
an-
Haaland in
he
today's
came,
He has
game.
he
less
came,
involvement than
he
Haaland
came
on
with
this
an
show.
agenda.
Just
Osam had
Osam.
2 agendas today, Saad. Osam had 2 agendas today. Number 1 is Haaland. And wait until you hear the second agenda in a minute or 2.
The second agenda is on the thumbnail. There's nothing to wait for.
Exactly.
Here's the thing.
But let me just
Moment.
thank the guy for the super
If we
chat.
start,
I really appreciate the
if we
super chat.
start a Drogba Henry debate, I will not say Drogba is better than Henry because he was better in the big games. I'll not say this. Henry still is better. So my point is, this is why I agree with what McManus is saying. You also need to have big moments in the Champions League, in the knockout competitions, in massively big important
1 year in
games.
City still, 1 year.
اوكي احنا بس هسه احنا we're talking in
خلنا
22
general.
ساعة
years
في
old,
نفس
يعني.
الموضوع. Can we
22
move on?
years old.
Can we
That's
move
had
on?
No, but Mo,
I've had enough,
even
والله.
when he was playing, even when he
Oh,
was playing
good
for the other
morning.
teams,
Good morning. Welcome
still-
to the channel.
No, but even when he was,
Yes.
hold on,
Hey, Haaland got a touch finally. Big up.
Hey,
Big up Fred Montana with a touch, man. Big up.
Montana.
No, but the only thing I'll say with that
Does
as well,
that mean
just to that
Staffy's
point there,
KDB?
just that's
He
crazy.
just
No,
assisted
but
Saad.
the only thing I'll say to that point that you just said there, yeah, is even in the other teams, Dortmund and was it Salzburg that he played for? Wasn't it?
Yeah, South team.
He's still in the Champions League. He was still scoring these crazy goals. He was scoring. He was the youngest player to reach.
the German team.
He was the strongest player. No, he was the strong. He was the youngest player to score just so many goals.
Ask something? McManus, who do you support? Who do you support?
McManus is not even a Premier League fan. That's what he told me.
Why does that have to do with anything?
Let us know.
Play that.
Anyway, can we move on? Can we move on?
Yes, listen, because today I want to talk about Onana as well. But first, let me just run through these quickly. McManus says, so Haaland needs KDB to hold his hand, apparently. Denishan says, I will take Haaland with no legs over Kai Havertz. So will everyone here. Trust me. No one is ever making that argument. Big up to you. Hassam, you are the reason of Mo and his stress ball. Fair enough. I'll take the credit for pissing
send
him
me
off.
one, please. I'll send you my address.
That shows I'm doing something well. Wait till you see what I'm about to say to Staffy and Ozzy. Big up to you, Murad. McManus says, first moment you can recall is 2020 round of 16 against European frauds PSG. I rest my case, brother. I agree with you 100%. It's just case rested now. Khalas. It's like big. He's not a big game player. I can't lie to you. So yeah, big up to you, McManus. Aditya says, how far Arsenal going in the Champions League group stage and bounce? I think that question even Saad can't answer you until you see the group stages, because it might be a tough group, it might be an easy group. We have to see the draws and stuff. So big up to you, Aditya. McManus is not giving up. Big up to you. He says Mo needs to stop using his age or his future as an excuse. What he will be in 5 years or what he was 5 years ago is irrelevant. We're talking about him today at City. End of. And this is Wallahi, I tried explaining it earlier on. All I said was, I'm not saying Haaland is a shit player. I'm not insulting the guy. We're just talking about the competitive performance today. When Lukaku dropped that 8 touches stinker, they grilled him for a whole year. Today, Haaland drops that stinker, and because
did I explain it objectively or
didn't? Haaland, we all need to hug
told me he explained it more than once. I am tired for Mo because the guy's been very reasonable, and you're just ignoring it.
Some people are just they don't want to. You know what? Some people are selective hearing.
أعوذ بالله. المهم, so I agree with you completely, McManus. And until he starts scoring goals in the big games, in the words of Kanye West, I guess we'll never know. So, big up to you guys. Anyway, listen, big up to McManus with the W's. Big up to you, my brother. Thank you for all the support you've shown us today. We're going to big up everyone as well who sent in a super chat in a second. Make sure you're all liking the video. Make sure you're all subscribing. I want to move on to Onana. I can't lie. The thing I have in the thumbnail is beautiful. That picture of him.
I told you
it is absolutely gorgeous how he's stuck in the goal.
Also, you saw when I said you're so shameless.
Let me segue the segment. بصير اعمل segue to the segment. بصير اعمل الهوست. يا اخي تعال اقعد محلي. تعال تفضل يا ابو ستاف. يلا احكي للناس.
He might do a better job.
I'll do a better job.
يلا ستاف يلا.
انت شخص هوست وبتعرف انه مرات السوبر شاتات بتحطك موقف محرج لا تفلسف. المهم anyway moving on to the next topic. Onana, you know the so show them look at his face, look at Onana's face in this picture. Oh my god, that's a defeated man right there. Anyway, ManUtd did beat Lons, not Lens, because I'm not uncultured like this guy. They beat Lons by 3 goals to 1.
Do the American accent again?
But there's the like literally. But there's like that.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
That's Ramsdale last season.
That's Ramsdale. But isn't Onana so much better than Ramsdale?
That is Ramsdale from last season. فهمت ولا ما فهمتش؟
Onana's Howler. We have to talk about it because Ramsdale was the hero today, while Onana was the.
Hold on. Guys, let me. I'm not gonna explain anything. Sam, in your own words, explain to us what did Onana do wrong, so we can discuss it. Go ahead.
Anytime, and you can hold me by this standard on my YouTube channel forever, inshallah, as long as we're alive and safe and healthy. Anytime a goalkeeper concedes a goal from halfway line, it's his fault. I don't give a fuck what happened before that. Anytime there's a goal conceded from halfway line, it's his fault.
Go and explain to me.
Generic.
No.
دقيقة أنا بدي أجاوبك آخر جملة. Go and listen to the spaces after Sporting.
No, I'm not. I don't listen to spaces on Twitter. People don't know football on Twitter. I know football, bro. I don't care about people on Twitter. I want you now on your show. If listen, I'm coming here with an open mind, Hussam. Convince me, and I will concede.
Okay.
So he basically
convincing you. Onana was way too much ahead of his box. Way too much. Why? There's a replay. I know you watched the video from the guy on TikTok. He was talking in Arabic.
I watched the game, bro.
I watched the game as well. He was way.
Why would I want to listen to someone?
He was way. He was way too ahead of his box. Way too ahead of his box. And at the end of the day, I will never ever blame anyone else but the goalkeeper for a halfway line goal. That's just not how life works.
But do you understand how that's so generic and there's no context added around it?
There you are.
The thing is, I'll tell you something, and this is not me being petty. When you look at the one Ramsdale conceded last season, the reason Ramsdale conceded it last season, he wasn't. By the way, he wasn't as far out of his goal as Onana was. He was actually much closer. But the reason that one is an issue with Ramsdale is because there was no build-up involved in that. When you watch the replay of the one that they conceded against Sporting Lisbon, the ball was in the center circle. I think it was with Arsenal. They lost it, went to Sporting, went back to Arsenal, went back to Sporting. The guy got the ball, took like 2-3 dribbles, looked up, and he was like, this guy's not on his line. Let me try it. And he goes for it. The reason Onana was off his line, and way off his line more than Ramsdale was, is because we were on the build-up. He is brought in to build up. He is involved in the build-up. This is why we bought him, and we sold De Gea, who stands on his line. So this guy is expected to be as close as possible to his defenders. So the minute they need to recycle and need to go back to the goalkeeper, he's not about 50 yards behind. He's not 40 yards behind. When you pass it to him, now you slow down the game. And now defenders have to drop a lot deeper now because he got the ball and he needs to find another pass. So he needs to be there. These are actual instructions that he needs to be there. Edison does that and Alisson does that. It just happened on an occasion where the Loam played the pass perfectly into the striker, and that he was able to take it was a one-touch shot. He didn't even have to he didn't stop the ball. As he's running with his momentum, he just found an opportunity where he could just hit it from there, and it just so happened to happen. Today, Rodri tried something similar on Ramsdale, and it landed on the roof of the goal. If that ball, if it was about 2 yards shorter, that would have been in. So these goalkeepers that are modern day goalkeepers have to be off their line. It just became an issue all of a sudden when United signed a goalkeeper. Why is he off his line? Why is he off his line? Why is he off his line? We never heard that about Edison. How many times did Edison get chipped? Salah chipped him. Southampton chipped him. These are two that I just remember from my memory like that.
Do you know
Who
what?
told you that no one
Imagine
says
only,
anything
do you
about
know the
Ederson?
only fault that Onana did?
Who told you
yesterday
no one
is-
says anything about Ederson? That's a false premise.
I
And by
don't
the way,
remember anyone
Alisson-
ever.
That's
telling
one of the
me.
reasons why
You know,
99% of people say Alisson over
Onana,
Ederson.
Hussam. I think Onana's fault yesterday or the day before
Was not
was that
running
he
back.
trusted the bums that play ahead of him, and that's a big
Oh,
problem.
Mo, you want me to give you a stat, Mo, from the goal? I forgot who told me about it today. I think we conceded about 6 or 7 goals in preseason so far. I think it was 6.
6.
5 of them came from defensive errors. And when I say defensive errors, it's not like you miscleared the ball or something like that. When I say defensive error, we passed them the ball. We passed our opponents 5 of the 6 goals that we conceded, and this just shows you that the players that are around Onana are not particularly good enough to pass the ball and be trusted on the ball retention.
Hussam, I want to ask you a simple question,
Yeah,
Hussam.
one
If
second.
if the players are on the halfway line, the defensive players, where would you want your goalkeeper to be?
In the box, apparently.
Hussam,
box,
answer that.
apparently.
It's
Okay,
simple.
I'll answer you. I'll answer you right now because that's a great question. I just want us to watch something together now because that
I'm
will
not
illustrate better.
يا أخي.
يا عمي ثواني يا عمي ثواني don't
يا عم
moan
answer the question وبعدين let us watch.
يا أخي 1 second it will show you what I mean.
No, before you show me, I want you to answer the question.
No,
انت
no.
you know football.
No,
You
we
know
saw it.
football. صح ولا غلط? You know football.
Why
لا,
you so
see,
time?
I
يا
am
أخي
not
مين-
watching. I am not. I'm
طيب.
turning my eyes. I know. I'm watching.
طيب اوكي don't watch it خلاص be
يا
ignorant
أخي
but it's
answer
showing
the
you the amount
question.
of
Where
mistake.
do you want? يا أخي I
showing
will
you the
watch and I
amount
will
of mistake.
criticize with you.
يا
I
أخي
will
it's showing you
criticize
the
with
amount of
you.
mistake.
I
مو
want
انت
you
ليه
to
بتصيح
answer the
ليه بتصيح
question.
فهمني ليه بتصيح ليه بتصيح
Because
عشان
you're
أبدأ
pushing
أفرجيك
an
المسافة
agenda.
بين
You're not
You
الجول
don't want to
والحارس.
listen to me.
عشان ما
طب
تجاوبش
انا ابدا
السؤال.
افرجيك المسافه بين الجول والحارس مالك
جاوب
chill.
السؤال.
Allah, if I ever catch this guy.
look at the distance
Now show me the distance
يعني
between Onana and the
مو-
ball.
1
No,
second اهدى
الدرجه دي يعني
Pause it here. Please pause it here. Pause it here. Can you go back? Please go back? I want you to show the distance between him and the
Can
ball.
I,
Not him and the goal.
Can I say something?
This is-
Can I say something?
يعني
Can I say
sometimes
something? Can
in
I say
life
something? Can I
a
say something?
picture طب يا
Can I say something? Can I say
انت يا
something?
اخي انت
يا
سؤال
أخي,
انت
let
سالت
me
سؤال
say
انت
something.
سالت
Yes,
سؤال
let
you
me.
asked
No,
me a
Before you
question and then
answer,
shouted for
before you
45 seconds and then you
Right.
refused to watch the video طب استنى شوي صبرك
طيب.
he was so far off the goal even if you are playing a ball playing goalkeeper
Alhamdulillah.
Anyway,
Nah, chill out.
I wanna.
You lot are
say-
thinking.
Let me address.
Allah knows this bullshit.
Someone take
has
a
to stop.
shot of this. Someone clip it,
Someone
guys.
take a
When his hands
screenshot
are
of
like
this
this.
khara. I need
No.
a screen
But hold on.
Clip it.
Let's be. I want to be objective after he comes back, but I want you guys.
You
to
can't be
speak.
objective with this guy.
No,
This
because
guy always does his
I
agendas.
just actually now just saw this clip. Okay, he is absolutely way ahead of his line. He should not be there.
But they're in possession. We're in possession. Why?
Yes,
Why should
but-
we be?
Now, so let me tell you. In my defense now, I never seen the distance. He was literally way ahead of his line. I did not see this much distance. This, it just to let you know,
Edison does
is
that
very
every game.
no.
Edison does
Which
that
is
every
okay.
game.
The problem, guys, is I didn't see that much distance. I thought he is like 5 yards. He is about 20 yards away from his 18
20 yards.
with the plate.
By the way, he
20
took
yards.
accountability for that.
Sam, I know
want
you
to
didn't
that.
listen to me. I know you didn't listen to me. This is the
and I
first
know you
time
didn't either because I got disconnected that's the
yeah,
problem
I actually just watched this clip the first time and I said he was way ahead of his. It's the first time for me to
okay
say that.
alhamdulillah that's it
Okay, I told him 20 yards ahead of your 18, 20
No.
yards ahead of your 18. There is
No.
no time for recovery at all. It's too
All right.
much. He is too way ahead of the 18.
خلينا نرد.
Yes.
Let me أقول لك حاجة دلوقتي. What you're saying is right. He is too far. However,
طيب.
that's when we are not in possession of the ball. When Man United players do not have the ball, that's when he's considered too far. When there's no threat on the ball, right, and there's no pressure, all right, and we don't have the ball, then I can say he's too far. But if we have the ball and there's no threat, he can be as far as he wants away from the goal my position, because he's trying to be another option for the Man United players, especially in defense.
Can I answer
And you
that?
know this.
So
And
can
you
I
know this
answer?
because
Can I answer you?
You're an
Can
Inter
I-
fan. You know
Can I
this.
answer that? Can I answer that? Can I
Go
answer that?
Go with
I'm
yours.
not even defending Onana being an Inter fan or no. Okay? Can I answer that? The problem with this, you can be an option 5 yards behind that or 10 yards. You can be only 5-10 yards ahead of the 18. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was probably 20 yards away from the 18. The problem is in players. Coaches used to tell me when I was young that you play everything, but you only have to have a little bit of room for mistakes. The problem with being 20 yards ahead of the 18, there is no. What if instead of Dalot playing it, if he slipped? There is no time for being 20 yards away. There is no time to recover. You know? Do you know what I mean?
What's the likelihood that happens? What's the likelihood that happens?
So coaches always. So hold on. Let me flip it.
Respond.
Look at the distance.
I'm gonna answer you.
Look
You
where
asked me
Onana
first,
is.
what's the likelihood, so I can answer you.
Look where Onana is compared to the goal. طيب.
Some
Look here,
coaches, yes, I saw that, Osam. So I know. So
it's very far away. يعني, that's the problem.
Ozzy. Some coaches tell the players, strikers for sure, you have to anticipate the opposition's mistake, even if it's 5-10%, because that's your bread and butter. Sometimes that's what you feed off. Goalkeepers sometimes, like what he did, is that basically he left zero chance to recover if there was a mistake. There was zero chance.
Thank you.
How many of those goals do you see on a regular basis? By the way,
not a lot.
People never ever speak about these mistakes and these type of things unless goals like this happen. And how rare do they happen? No one talks about it.
Ozzy, when the chance before
let me answer that.
Ozzy, when the chance before it.
Let me answer.
Hold on.
I have a very important point to say. Wallahi, you just answer. I'm about to go.
You're cutting me off.
Sorry, I'm asking.
أنا بقول لك دلوقتي, when it's Edison, no one speaks. When it's Ramsdale, it nearly happened to him today, no one speaks. Because these goals and these type of attempts, they need a very specific type of player, technical player, to chip. I think I'd go. I used to go with Uli. Go with you.
He said no one speaks. I'm gonna tell you.
Let me tell you, Hassam, let me tell you. Let me answer.
How are you lying so much?
When you are that, huh?
مش انت. How's Ozzy lying so much? He's saying we don't speak about
Ozzy.
We spoke about Ramsdale for a month last season.
Ramsdale was in his box.
Guys, I have one.
To this day, he still gets grilled. Ramsdale.
For that goal.
I have one answer to Ozzy. One answer to Ozzy. Just one answer.
تفضل.
Problem with the distance, Ozzy, is that it did not have to be a very accurate below the bar. It happened, right? But the player had so much space to aim for because he was too far. When like today, Ramsdale, when he was a little bit closer to the goal, Rodri had that much space to aim for. But that guy didn't have. It was wide open goal from halfway line because Onana, when the guy got the ball, Onana was still outside the 18, bro.
So thank you, Alot.
It didn't have to be that accurate. The fact that it was that accurate,
thank you,
speaks to the technicality of the player. But Onana, when the guy got the ball, Onana was still outside the 18. So the guy could have played. Let me that one sentence. The guy could have played the ball, okay, and could have dropped, had a bounce, and could have scored.
Yes.
So you can blame him for his recovery.
This is what Alex is saying as well. He should anticipate it at any moment.
What Mo just said, I get that, and I did say he should have recovered quicker. Okay, because he didn't sprint back right away until he saw the shot. So you can blame him for that. My issue with this argument is all of a sudden we're blaming goalkeepers for being outside their box the minute Onana did it. You know what? You wouldn't have seen that footage unless someone from the stands, as the TikTok you sent, took the video. Because when we're watching the game and you're watching on the screen, it doesn't even go that back so you can see the goalkeeper. If I showed you a picture every game, I promise you Edison is placed the same way that Onana was placed in that. But because Edison has more competent players around him and better passes around him because his team is built in a different way where everyone knows how to pass from the back and they take care of the ball better. You're not going to see that.
Exactly.
Hold
It's
on,
never a
because-
I knew this was going to happen the minute we get rid of De Gea, because I said the minute we get a goalkeeper that can pass the ball, but our 11, the rest of our 11, so the 10 outfielders are not good on the ball, you'll see how our goalkeeper is going to get exposed and get blamed. If your right back does not make that pass, he passed it perfectly for the striker to hit it first time, this would have never happened. But unfortunately, we don't have good enough players around a goalkeeper. And I know for a fact this is not going to be the only time we talk about this. We're not going to get blamed about 3-4 more times this season.
They couldn't wait. They were starving.
This season didn't even start, and he's already catching strays, bro.
Can I just say one thing? Yeah.
What do you want?
Given that your goalkeeper is, because the waffling was coming from you lot, okay? You Man United.
Yeah,
the waffling was coming from you lot.
Let's
You're
not
telling me
that,
yeah?
after
Let's
the way
not
you
start
started
that.
the show.
Let's not. Yeah, I was being shameless. We know that. Yeah. Okay. Khalas.
We've been in
so
for an hour and a half, and you
Yeah, it was just
20 minutes in total.
No. One sec. Because the thing is, yeah, you lot are saying that you knew that he's gonna come in and he's gonna be scrutinized and they're gonna be throwing him under the bus and all of this stuff, yeah. But as him coming in, a new goalkeeper, listen, they watch games from the team that they're going to.
So the manager told them, yo, whenever you get the chance, hit him from halfway.
No.
That's what the manager said.
One second.
Should he not? Instructions was to shoot from his
Why are you so defensive? Let the guy speak here.
Oh, because I got called a waffler, and this guy's talking about instructions being told.
خليه
The goalkeeper's gonna be outside his box. Bro,
you have to understand. Should he not be a bit more wary, knowing that the defense is not as good? You compare him to the Edison one.
Because Edison did the same shit until they got rid of the shit players. That's why they get rid of Zinchenko. That's why they got rid of the right backs and left backs. That's why they got rid of everyone in the defense.
Brother, what I'm saying is he knows that Man United defense is shaky. That Man United defense has no the right backs and left backs. Well, the left back, you lot are right sure.
Just to say the defenders in general.
The defenders in general, they're not the best defenders apart from Nietzsche. The rest of them are a bit shaky, man. Yeah. So as him knowing that these players are shaky, at least he can be a bit more wary and stay inside his box. If he wants to go to the edge of the box and stand there, but brother, if he's 25 yards out from the box,
so it was 20 now, it's 25. The guy was about
20, 25. It doesn't matter.
Yards.
That wasn't 10. That wasn't 10.
Staffy, you got people sending in super chats to let Saad speak. شو بدك أكثر من هيك? Just let the guy land. Go ahead, Saad.
It does not make sense why he would be 20 yards. Yeah, he was 20 yards out from his box. 20 yards, knowing that the midfield is not reliable. Knowing that defense is shaky, knowing that they can make a mistake at any time. Was the game before where he grilled
Maguire.
Where he grilled Maguire? Was that the game before?
Yeah,
the game before.
That was the game before that game. So why would he, knowing that the Maguire just made that mistake and he knows that the defense is shaky, go the next game and then be out of his goal like this?
Because I'm actually tired. I'm actually tired of talking about this. I'm actually tired about talking about this. When Pep Guardiola first went into Man City, they made so many mistakes. You know why? Because he wanted to impose a style of play and he was persistent with it until everyone who was capable of learning it learned it. And the ones that weren't good enough, they got the axe. They got removed. We did not sign a ball-playing goalkeeper to tell him, you know what? Play ball, but don't play ball too much because we have some shit players on the outfield. No, this is not what's going to happen. He's going to consistently do that. This is why he keeps playing Luke Shaw a little bit deeper because Luke Shaw is good on the ball. That's why Lisandro is playing. Varane is not the best, but he's good at it. And we have shit right backs. Our DM cannot pass the ball. He's not good at passing. We have a lot of players that are not good at keeping the ball. So I'm not going to say, hey, Onana, listen, I know you were doing this at Inter or your whole career.
Can you answer this question? Because this is what this goes down to. Is he going to be that high up every time?
Yeah.
So using your logic, because it's everyone else's fault, he should be that high up every single time then.
100% he's going to play high. But he's going to be more cautious. Listen, he's going to be more cautious.
Almost at halfway.
Can I answer? You just asked me a question. Can I answer? You just asked me if you're going to continue to play high. He came out and said, I am the man in the back. I will take blame for this because no matter what, I'm the goalkeeper and I shouldn't concede that. So next time, yes, he'll be a little bit more cautious. He's going to be like, you know what? Next time, I'll be a little bit more careful. Maybe I'll be 5 yards deeper. But he's not going to change the style of his play. He's going to continually become. He's going to stay as the ball-playing goalkeeper. He's going to do what Edison does his whole fucking career. He's going to do what Alisson's been doing his whole fucking career, which is playing outside of his box. Make sure he's there sweeping. When the chance before Ozzy, and if you watched the game, you saw this. The chance right before that one, a long ball was being played. This guy came out and not only cleared it, he cleared it with his head, passed it accurately to his defender, and everyone got up and started clapping. They were like, "Oh my god, look! This is what they signed Onana for." But the one after, his defender makes a mistake in the same position where he's still outside his box, and all of a sudden people are like, "You know what? He shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have done that."
Yo, who's that twerking? Who's that twerking for the rival?
No. Twinny might have sent the most funny super chat of the day. People in the chat trying to say Onana was trying to invert. This is what it sounds like Staffy's been saying for the last 10 minutes.
Hassan,
Onana was inverting, you guys. Onana was inverting.
Can you not understand how crazy that sounds? He just said to me that Onana himself said I should be to blame. But he's blaming when we would tell you that it's his fault, you say no. You have to blame them.
What is he gonna do? Is he gonna come out with his teammates? Are you stupid? Are you stupid?
That's the last thing I'm gonna say in this show.
Hold on. Is he gonna come out and say it was my teammate's fault? When he yelled at Maguire, he defended Maguire. He was like, you know what? Maguire's a top player. I gave him a word or two. But I expect better from him, and I expect better from all my teammates. This is why I talk, and this is why I yell at them. He's not going to come out and throw Dalot under the bus and be like, well, it's not really my fault. Dalot should have passed the ball better. What kind of leadership is that? This guy's a leader from the back, so of course he'll take ownership. And I actually applaud him for doing that, because you know what? Him admitting that I'm the goalkeeper, and if I ever concede a goal, it's my fault. This is what I like from leaders, not to blame people around them, because there's a lot of people to blame, but he's not going to blame them. So for you to use that as an example just shows me that you actually don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh, by the way,
before you go, Momin has to leave. Momin has to leave. So just let him. Momin, where can people find you, Akhi, before you?
If you guys are here, there's 800 of you here. Check Never a Foul daily content, of course. Never a Foul. It's simple and easy. Come and give us your blessing. Subscribe. Thank you, everybody, for a great episode. To be honest, a lot of waffle, a lot of agendas. It's not more agenda today, but let me just clear something out. It was definitely 90% Dalot's fault, and Onana gets only 10% of the blame. Just please say that. Onana made a mistake, but the bigger mistake is Dalot. Of course, when a defender just give off the ball like this, he shouldn't be playing football. Come on.
Let me tell you just quickly before you go the result of
I'm done.
65% say you're waffling. So have a great day, my brother.
Yeah, Manta, you are a Liverpool fan and they love you. That you did not waffle. I didn't want to say it.
Oh, wallahi, you did not waffle today.
I don't want to say it, Osam, but you know what it is. These suck up.
Has nothing to do with Liverpool. But anyway, have a great day.
All the love, bro. See you guys.
Yalla. Enjoy your game. Don't get chipped from halfway line. Blame the right back when you get chipped.
You know how many times
anyway,
I've been on an
let's just check the super chats out because you guys are here. Heads are hot. I want to be next to Saad. That's the thing now, because you guys are just waffling on the next level. Onana won't change much. Prem Twitter merchants don't know. He couldn't get in over a worst keeper in the league, Handanovic, for half the season. Champions League final has blinded the casuals. And I'm going to be honest with you. 3/4 of the United fans who wanted Onana don't even watch a game of Serie.
Every time he cuts off, bro,
I swear to God,
too much. Fucking nonsense.
No. They haven't watched a game for him in the Serie A. I'll finish what he said. They haven't watched the game in the Serie A. They only watched that.
How many games did you watch?
They only watched that final today. They only watched that final, and then that's it. And then they took their thought process from that final, and they said he performed well in that final, so we're taking him because of that. He's brilliant because of that. You need to watch him. You need to watch him consistently for at least 10 games.
How many fucking games did you watch of Ajax of Timber on the right back?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't
How many
matter.
games?
It doesn't
Answer
matter.
me.
It doesn't
Answer
matter.
me.
He had good
You came out
performances
today
for
and
me.
praised him. Oh, so you're praising him on one game.
Timber,
So
Timber,
why can't I do the same?
I praised him of 4 games. Timber has played well in every single game, so you cannot make that comparison, brother. You cannot make that comparison. Timber played in 4 games.
How do I come
well.
back and you guys are fighting already?
Because
How
I
many
finished what you said. I finished what you said, and then these guys were like, "Oh, how many games have you watched of Timber?" How? Timber's played 4 games this season.
You praise every
season.
signing your team made without watching a single game, and you want to come here and tell me I only watched 1 game of Onana. I bet you if you get Raya tomorrow, you're ready to drop the Ramsdale agenda, and you're gonna be all over Raya. You're gonna be drooling all over.
Crazy.
No. Listen.
Okay. Listen. Let me just run through these super chats before we just carry on this conversation. I didn't know Onana is such a sensitive topic.
Sensitive.
Big up
I
to you,
just don't like people who don't understand ball. That's all.
Big up to Alex, who says Staffy and his Trump University explanation. Big up to you, Alex. I can't lie. This guy, Staffy today, he sank lower than the Titanic. Big up to you, Alex. Big up to McManus, who said, United, brother. If Onana is going to be praised for being a modern goalkeeper with his movement, passing, and shouting, he also needs to take the blame for being that style of keeper when it goes wrong too. And that's what we're saying. All we're saying is that when you're 20 yards in front of your own penalty box, not in front of your goal, and you concede a goal like that, I apologize for being not a tactical, and I'm going to blame Dallo for you conceding a halfway. Guys, if Alisson ever concedes a goal from halfway line, and I blame Trent, unsubscribe from my channel. Unsubscribe, don't ever watch me again, because I'll never.
You don't understand ball. That's fine.
I'll never ever be that shameless.
You don't know.
When Aaron Ramsdale conceded that goal against Sporting, he got roasted for a week.
I blamed him. I blamed Ramsdale.
And it was his fault.
Do you remember?
I just explained the difference.
Do you remember when Gomez passed it back to your goalkeeper the other day? I remember this now. I'm glad you brought this up. And you were out here talking about Gomez this, Gomez that, and we never talked about the positioning of the goalkeeper.
Munafik, bro. This guy.
Positioning of who?
When this guy.
Of who? Positioning of who?
Ozzy, wallahi.
For which goal? For which goal? For which goal?
I'm talking about the one where he passed it back and Alisson was off his goal. He was nowhere near his goal. He was expecting the ball, but because he wasn't in the right position, automatically became a goal. Right?
But did I not say Alisson's at fault?
Like you blame Gomez.
No, I said Alisson's at fault.
Man, this Gomez guy, man, he can't defend.
No, Gomez was at fault for all 5 goals, but Alisson was at fault for that goal too.
Okay.
Yeah, I said the pass was a shit pass.
I got you,
No, you didn't guess. I blamed Alisson too. Once again,
Ozzy, wallahi, this guy up here last season.
I got him today.
Ozzy, listen to this, Ozzy. Wallahi, last season when these guys played Brentford, this guy was so happy that Alisson was out of his box all game. He said, if it wasn't for his sweeper keeper ability today, we would have lost the game. He kept praising him for not being in his box. But when our goalkeeper gets caught once outside of his box because someone made a pass like that, all of a sudden, you know how he did mention? Did you notice how he didn't mention Dalot once? Not once did he say the word Dalot. The agenda is so stinky.
You guys are upset for no reason.
Because we're sitting here on a Liverpool channel and everyone's so far up his ass.
This is not a Liverpool channel. This is football.
Bro, the majority of your fans are Liverpool fans. And because they're
how do you know that? Did you do a survey?
You're a Liverpool fan. What do you mean? How do you know that?
This channel's called This Is Liverpool.
There's a lot of Man United fans, a lot of Arsenal fans. Denishan here is a Chelsea fan. Staffy, who's better at passing, Onana or Mount?
Oh my.
By the way,
tell Denishan, Onana's better at passing. Big up to you.
I've got the receipt. One sec before you continue. I know you want to change the topic and bring it to the these guys. We have super chats. I'm not letting you skip and worm yourself out of this. I was there in the watch along. It was against Leeds. I don't know. It was Rodrigo. I think it was Rodrigo Bamford. And you sat there for 20 minutes straight on the watch along, talking shit about Gomez and talking shit about his pass back. Not once did you mention Alisson. Not once. So I'm
Gomez passed the ball back to a Leeds striker, and Leeds striker scored it in the goal. You're comparing that to conceding from halfway line.
Alisson was out of his line. He was nowhere.
Sad. Do you see the levels of flow they're going to? Imagine.
I got you today.
Wallahi, it's crazy. Wallahi, it's crazy.
Because I need validation from the top.
Joe Gomez Joe Gomez took the ball,
definitely need
passed
I
it
got
to
you
the
today.
lead striker
Nice
Rodrigo.
try. You tried to get
Rodrigo proceeded to score it in the goal. By the way, Dalot didn't pass it to the lone striker and the lone striker scored. That would have been different.
But
Onana conceded from halfway line. It's completely
Hassan,
different.
Hassan,
tried to dodge me. You can't
if
dodge
in
me,
this
man.
position, but in this position, yeah, I'll say this right now. If my goalkeeper did what Onana did, I'll be sitting there cursing my goalkeeper. Why are you out that far? Why?
No, but the difference is
one second, if Alisson,
football.
no, but
That's
1
how we
second,
won't do
if
that.
Hassan, if Alisson done that and he was that far out, what would you say to him? Why are you outside?
It's his
your
fault,
box
of course.
that
Of course, it's
far?
his fault.
Why are you that
Wallahi.
far out?
I don't get the
I can
twerking that
understand
you're
being
doing, wallahi.
no,
Wallahi, I don't
no,
get the
but
twerking today.
brother,
Wallahi,
I can
don't
understand being towards the edge of your box,
Mhm.
but I don't understand why you guys are backing him like as if he's only
Because you are
5%
not
to blame,
because
and
you're not addressing-
it's all
Big up to you,
Yes, I
staff.
fully
Big up to you,
understand.
Super Spurs, man.
it's
Thank you.
50, it's 50-50, it's 50-50
Sad,
between
sad,
him
your
and
mic,
Because you're
your
not
mic-
addressing-
Your mic literally turned off because of inactivity, and now you wanna pipe up because Hossein. Like I don't get it.
no,
bro. Why you
because I was saving my voice for this conversation because I knew you're not going to be shameless like this.
Subhanallah.
I
You haven't
knew
been
that this
shameless.
was going to
You
come
want
out.
me to blame
I
my
knew you lot were
goalkeeper
going to
and all of a
waffle
sudden-
and say that it's not his
You want me
fault.
to
I knew
Habibi,
it.
you want me to throw my goalkeeper under the bus, me knowing he was going to come into this team and play this way, and I'm aware of the mistakes that are going to... There's going to be few more mistakes that are going to happen during the season. But the difference between me and you,
Don't
I
worry,
actually
you
know what
always
I
have Dalot
expected.
to scapegoat.
I-
Don't worry, you're safe.
I'm not going to throw
you
my
have
goalkeeper
Gomez.
under the bus
Andy,
every time.
Andy,
At least I sat
Actually, he's on
here
the bench.
and explained that we were on the build-up, and that's why the goalkeeper was out of his line. You keep using Ramsdale as an example. Ramsdale wasn't on the build-up. Arsenal didn't have the ball, and he was still caught off his line. So you're using two different examples.
Okay, Jorginho
Just because-
lost the ball. Jorginho lost the ball, and then they scored. Jorginho's fault, then not
طب أقول لك
Ramsdale's.
حاجة. Go watch the clip. All I'm asking is to go watch the clip. Go watch
I
the clip
will.
again between Sporting Lisbon and Arsenal, and look
That's
how many
very good.
times the ball was pinballing between the defenders
I'm
until the
enjoying
guy
it.
actually got the ball and scored that. Just go
That's
and
a
watch
very
it.
good super chat right there.
Big up
So-
to McManus, who says that's
Come on,
such an
keep
irrelevant
twerking.
point.
Come on, man.
Onana
Man,
needs
them
to be
keep
aware of
twerking.
the fact his defense isn't as good as Manchester City's. Ederson knows he can get away with it. Onana should know he can't.
I mean, like
It's
Ederson
crazy.
still concedes these goals because these mistakes happen here and there,
This is-
and
by
no
the
one
way,
ever
this is-
sits here and
Name the
thinks
last
that
time Ederson conceded a goal like this.
I wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
tell you
because
the
they're
last time,
rare.
but I give you a
Habibi,
few
that's the reason
examples.
why-
Even,
why play-
even
Very
This is why
rare.
goalkeepers
how many
continue
times?
to
I'll tell you
position.
something. I'll tell you what the
You
next.
You know why they're rare? Because Ederson isn't 30 yards ahead of his own
I'll tell
fucking
you-
penalty box.
Do you
Staffy,
see
which
him
has
during
been
the game?
point
Does the
from
screen
the
show you
start.
that much?
Yards all
You
the
have a
time.
bigger screen than me because
You
I
know
can never
what,
see
yeah?
the goalkeeper on my screen.
Hey,
So if you have a
Hassan,
bigger screen, can you tell me where I could get it from? Because
You
I
know,
want to
Hassan,
be
I'll
able to
tell
see
you
the
right
game.
now,
the
yeah?
comments are telling us Staffy's letting us down today. It is what it is, man.
Hey,
You know, sometimes you
Hassan.
can't help it. I try to
I
I
don't
help
love
it.
the
Hassan,
twerking. I
I'm
love
here
the
to-
I'll
twerking.
tell
I'm
you,
here to
no,
talk
one
with the
sec.
people that actually understand.
I'll tell you right now, yeah. I'll tell you right now, yeah. What I see on Twitter, yeah, bro. These United fans here, one massive United page found that one clip of the Zinchenko losing the ball and Ederson getting chipped. That's it. That's what they live off now. They live
Yeah,
off. Anytime
Omar,
someone says it, they
that's
just
the
sling that
same
clip out. They say,
example.
"Look, Ederson
Yeah,
done it
Omar,
though.
that's the
He's a
same
good
example.
goalkeeper." Brother, what's wrong with you guys?
And
You guys-
Ederson got
you guys
blamed at the
defense-
time. By the way,
Is it
Ederson
the
got
same-
blamed at the time too. This is these guys' problem. They're
Yeah,
acting
but
like he
I
didn't
didn't
get blamed.
blame Ederson. I did not blame
okay.
Ederson. This is why I'm trying to.
خلاص, okay, you're being
explain
okay.
goalkeepers
You're
like-
being consistent. I'm blaming Ederson and Onana.
خلاص
Mabsout.
يا
I'm
حبيبي,
blaming
you
them.
blame, you blame whoever you want.
as well.
خلاص, I'll blame them both. Happy now?
You
Happy?
blame whoever you want.
Big up to Murad, who says coach of Cameroon kicked Onana out of the national team because of his style of play.
And they have done
Onana
so
goes
good
too
since
far
that
with
happened.
the
Huh?
Ajax also.
They've won a lot since that happened. Good super chat.
Cameroon ain't won. When's the last time Cameroon won AFCON anyway?
They're shit. Exactly. That's the point. Thank you, Murad.
You know what I'm talking
Get a
about?
bed.
No, if I wouldn't have that, if I was you, Sad, I wouldn't have that. I swear that. You need to speak to someone about that. We're not having that. They can't be doing that on the chat, you know, Hassan.
Ooh, Omar, be respectful because Omar's disrespectful all the time.
We
Omar,
gotta
be
have the
respectful.
No, Omar, you're gonna get you're just gonna get banned. You have to
I didn't
control
even
yourself.
see.
You
Oh, I
can't
didn't
do
even
it.
see what Omar said.
Yeah, it's
Have some
disrespectful.
On
bro.
your
He
head
does-
top, yeah, Haywan. You
He
cannot
always
cuss.
does that.
You cannot cuss Saad. Only we can. Big up to you,
Have some
Murad.
air,
man.
bro. If he thinks he can affect me, never, brother, never.
Big
I live
up,
for this game, man.
yalla.
I live for this. No, I live
And
for this.
since we're in an Arabic show, you
Hey.
think you can cuss out Arab men by calling them fat. There's an Arabic saying, أكل رجال عقد فعلها أخوي.
يا
Go on,
ولد.
go on, educate yourself.
You know what? They asked
Big up
DJ
to you.
Khaled why he doesn't lose weight, and he was like, "I always win. I
أكل
can
رجال
never
عقد
lose."
فعلها حبيبي. The more you
Never
eat, the more
lose.
you do. Big up to you, man. McManus
Big up,
says,
big
some
up,
brother
man.
use this money to get better Wi-Fi. McManus, I want to publicly thank you because my man, you have supported us today. I appreciate all the love, man. W to you, McManus. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Akhi. W to you. Clap for McManus, you guys. Clap for McManus. Come on, McManus has supported the channel.
love McManus.
Big up to you, man. Love McManus, man.
No,
Love my
it's-
brother. Big up to you. And I promise I'll try get better Wi-Fi. Big up to Armado, who says Liverpool is going to top 4 with Dewsbury Hall. If we sign Dewsbury Hall, I'm going to do a rant on this channel that's going to be in the Hall of Fame. It's going to be next to Troops away at the Allianz. It's going to be next to DT away at Anfield. It's going to be one of the greatest rants in YouTube history if we sign Dewsbury Hall. Let me tell you right now.
When are we going to talk about Liverpool on this?
Erling scored 5 goals in the round of
You see how we
16.
dodged?
2 goals and 1
Look at
10 games against Laura. Listen, that's a very impressive stat line, Varun. I appreciate you, Habibi. But he still isn't a big game player like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. When City really need him, I don't think he delivers. That's just my honest opinion. 20 says Staffy, but down the hook, man, and breathe. Your head's gone. I can't lie. Staffy's a liar if he denies that his head's gone because his head was on Mars today. Big up to you, 20. Lie, I thought us Arsenal fans are deluded. I can't lie to you. United fans, don't engage with football conversations, man. Big up to you. LJ says, bro, while I don't rate the CS, what do you mean CS? Community Shield. Why are Spurs fans talking? You man haven't won since 1991. Chelsea, you were 12th, and United were celebrating Carabao Cup. Carabao Cup and Community Shield are similar levels. But of course, Carabao Cup still counted as a still counted as a trophy. I at least count the Carabao Cup. Community Shield, I don't count it. And I always call it the biryani plate. So I'm consistent. Big up to you, LJ. Tevin says, rewatch the Sporting goal, and Staffy is so shameless, it's ridiculous. Arsenal won possession of the ball and lost it. That's how the goal occurred. Meaning that someone lost the ball, and that's exactly what we mean.
Bro, people don't understand. See exactly what he said. If you remember what I said the ball pinball between the defense and Arsenal's defense to Sporting's offense a couple
that's
times.
How Arsenal play, no?
No. But when you watch the clip, the ball was going back and forth. Like it just was organized. It was unorganized. So there was no build-up. My explanation to Onana is like the ball was comfortably with us. We were building up. There's no reason to panic. Whereas for Arsenal, the ball was just like with no one. So there's no reason for the goalkeeper to be anywhere because you don't even have possession of the ball. That's the difference I'm explaining between the both clips. Both clips are not the same. If Arsenal was on the build-up, they had the ball, and Rams was just doing his job as being a supportive player, like he's a part of the build-up. And then he gets caught. I'll be like, you know what? Whoever lost the ball kind of put him in that situation. But it wasn't like that. The ball was completely in a different area, and Rams was just chilling there.
Big up to Thomas Smith. I love this comment. Staffy is floundering today. Good panelist, but he just lost the plot. I can't lie.
Because I need validation from the comments. I really don't care what you say.
Staffy reminds me of me when I went to the utmost degree to defend Trent, so that's me with Trent right there. I lose all logic. It's okay. LJ Brown, thanks for the super chat, says Super Spurs. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Big up to you, Super Spurs. Big up to everyone in the comments, man. Been one hell of a show. We have today discovered that Haaland doesn't perform in big games.
Just got another
City in the knockout stages. We've realized that Onana was way too far ahead of his goal. Murad says United fans are disappointed because they thought they had one of the best goalkeepers, but realized after the preseason games he ain't it.
I'm not disappointed. I'm actually not disappointed. This is why
there's an Inter.
They're not gonna make us.
By the way, I've heard stuff on what? How many Alahos have we had? 8 or 9? Right?
9.
Today you've spoken the most sense today out of all the shows. And
that's
everyone
it's such a backhanded compliment, but thank you.
Yeah, that's a backhanded compliment. That's an insult.
No, don't do that. Don't get between me and my brother. But the comment section have been crying because they know you're talking sense, and you're being a real one today.
Oh, bro, they don't put the comments. He doesn't put the comments. When people say Staffy's cooking, Staffy's speaking sense. It's okay, bro. I don't need their validation.
Staffy, this is how I know people watch you. You only me and you in this panel will understand.
Want to know something, Staffy? That's you.
Hey, you know what?
That's a great comment.
After all
Wallah,
of
that's a
that-
great comment. I should have
After
said
all of
that to.
bro.
Rent free in Chelsea fans' heads.
Hey.
I should have responded to you by that
the
like an
super chat
hour
of the
ago,
day,
and
by
we
the
would
way.
have avoided that.
That's the super chat of the stream today.
If I
Big up to
responded to
you,
you like
Aaron.
that earlier, we would have never got into it. I could have been like, you know
What
what,
is
man?
something happy? That's your opinion.
It's your opinion. I mean, it's just
United fans are disappointed because they thought they
Correct
had
this
one of the
far
best
already.
goalkeepers, but realized after the preseason games it
You
tainted.
already read that, Habibi.
Murad, you
Murad.
have Ramsdale. Murad, you
ما
have
بويدي
Ramsdale.
انت
خلاص.
درست اخي. طب خلينا نحترم مراد شوي لانه عربي كمان وبحضرنا وقاعد بحضرنا باليورو يعني ابصر من وين باوروبا فخلي في شوي احترام. تحياتي لك مراد حبيبي.
Murad, you have Ramsdale. There's levels to this game. Just stay in your lane. Just pray that you guys get David Raya, and maybe then we'll have a conversation. It's not going to be close, but maybe then we can have a conversation. But until then, just don't speak about goalkeepers. Thank you for the super chat.
You get me, blood. Big up to you, man, Murad. I guess that'll be it. Yo, what a stream, man. Get us to 400 likes, guys. We're literally 20 likes away.
Wallah, the likes are shameful.
Unbelievable.
People would
you know-
rather sit here and say Staffy lost his head instead of liking the video. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, like the video, man. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, man. Right now, hit that like button and subscribe. Guys, the average watch time of this video is 15 minutes, which means the average time a guy spent watching this video is 15 minutes minimum, which is unbelievable, man. Like every click, the average is 15 minutes. So big up to you guys, man. Thank you so much for your support. Make sure you're all liking the video. Make sure you're all subscribing to the channel. Remember to tune in tomorrow for Liverpool against Darmstadt. And to answer Ozzy and Staffy's cheeky question, Ahwa during the season is going to happen on Sundays, inshallah, at 11. If you look up the schedule next week, Liverpool play Chelsea on a Sunday. Who the fuck you think we're going to be talking about? Spurs? Nottingham Forest? Charlton? Of
I
course,
don't
we're
think
gonna be
we've ever talked about Spurs, by the way, on Al Ahwa.
never.
That's how
and
irrelevant
I want to
bro.
tell you right now, I don't want to talk about Spurs. I don't want to. Most
we spoke about
irrelevant
Liverpool
club.
once. We spoke about Liverpool once. That's it.
We will,
And that was it.
inshallah, when the season starts. Who's better, Onana or Ramsdale? Oh, Dinishan, you want to start an argument right now?
Onana.
It's
Let's just get
Ramsdale. It's Ramsdale. It's Ramsdale.
Onana,
Ozzy,
I'll-
tell them. Tell them
I
it's
think
Ramsdale.
like
Ramsdale knows how to stay in his box, man. He's not
Hello,
all the way out
perfect.
there. Fucking, he's not
So-
playing centre back.
Halas, so keep him. And by the
Halas.
way, your manager's trying to get a new goalkeeper, and you said back
No,
to
he's
manager
trying
no
to
matter what.
he's
So you're
getting-
not
he's
back to
getting
Arteta.
He's
I'm just
he's
saying.
getting competition. It's
You're
it's called healthy
Oh,
competition.
goalkeepers
In that
need
position,
competition
yeah?
right now.
No, brother,
What's that?
brother,
Who are you gonna
listen,
who are you gonna
we're-
sign to compete with Allison
listen,
now? Because
listen,
apparently
we're
you need
at-
competition
we're at
at
level-
the goalkeeper.
Adrian.
Listen,
Oh,
we're
that's
at
a
a
tough one.
level. We're at a level now where
This,
we've improved our squad. We've improved our first team squad. Yeah,
Habibi, you did
our
enough for us
first team.
today. I'm
Our
tired.
first. No. Hold on, man. Our first team squad is good right now. Yeah. So now we have to start improving the depth in our squad. So having both Ramsdale and whatever his name is.
Hello, so Ramsdale's gonna play
Raya.
19 games, and Raya's gonna
Yeah.
play 19 games, and they're both gonna win the Golden Glove
Brother,
together.
they're both literally good goalkeepers. That's the dream of any.
If that's
But
what
that's
you want to
different.
believe.
That's
Habibi,
Any
go
Premier
ahead.
League club.
That's
Both
the difference
very
between
good
my goalkeeper
goalkeepers.
and your goalkeeper. Your goalkeeper is a good goalkeeper. My goalkeeper is a great goalkeeper. That's the
Okay.
Sad.
Okay.
If that's
Okay.
what you want to believe, bro.
I can't lie,
it's
he
okay.
wasn't even the
Huh?
best keeper in Milan before you guys bought him because Manyan was better. But anyway, we're
Yeah,
gonna
you
wrap
can
it up
compare
here,
him to
guys.
Menyan.
Love,
Menyan is a
love
great
for
goalkeeper.
tuning
We're
in
not
to
comparing him
episode
to
9.
Ramsdale.
It's funny how episode 10 is gonna be exactly
man.
when the
Good.
season starts, inshallah, next week. So big up to everyone who's tuned in. Make sure you're all liking the video. Make sure you're all subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now, please like, subscribe. Big up to Aaron, LJ, Varun, Armada, Spurs, Alex, Dido, NATO, Aditya, Twinny, Nadra, Faisal, Michael, Murad, Chombe, Dinishan, Tavan, Zlatan,
say that.
Matthews, JK for the super chats.
I
And
love
of
it, man.
course, my brother McManus. Big up to you. W's in the chat for McManus chat because he supported us a lot today. So big up to you, McManus. W's for you, Habibi. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. You've supported the channel a lot today, even earlier on in the watch along. So big up to you, McManus. W's in the chat for McManus. Right now, there you go. Kamran has already got the message. W's for McManus, man. Big up to him. And first of all, LJ, don't ever disrespect Ishmag by calling it Spurs colors. The level
Can you
of
educate
disrespect.
them? Can you educate
The
them?
level, that is the headwear that us Arabs wear. You've probably seen me wear it before on the channel. It's supposed to be worn here, but you can wear it on your neck as well. People wear it in the neck in the cold. That's the Palestinian one.
stuff.
Yeah, that stuff he's wearing. So yeah, my
This is-
Jordanian one is red color, for example, and it has hadab. So there's a different one for each culture. Sorry, disaster class from you, LJ. Big up to you. We're gonna go around the lovely panel. We're gonna let you know where you can find them. Saad, where can people find you, Mr. French Montana?
So, firstly, sorry, Omar, it's all good, man. I saw him apologizing in the thing, man. It's all good. Don't worry, man. I'm not phased. But yeah, you can find me on Football Corner. We just hit 300 subs, man. So just sub if you can. We do live streams and match reactions, everything, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, you can find me here on Twitter, Saad_E215. Thank you very much, guys, for having me on. Appreciate it.
Change it to a white one. Now I look
You know who you look like right now?
Me.
Samoa Joe.
I know, Samoa Joe.
No, Joe, wear a white one.
Joe.
Did he wear a white one?
Yeah, he did.
You know what's crazy? That both of you thought of it at the same time. Like, I gotta look it up, Joe.
Crazy.
I'll
Go
tell you
in section.
something.
Spam Joe, please. Joe.
Oh, he wears the fucking towel. That's
He wears
why
the
the
towel,
white
yeah.
towel. No, this is also a headwear, but like
Oh
it has
my
the checkers
God.
on it.
Joe.
I promise you, I'm much taller than Samoa Joe, though. He's
So
like
Samoa
5'8".
Joe, where can people find you, my brother?
Rent free in the comments heads, like my famous friend Iga would say, and well, that's rude. Anyways, I got better promos.
He cut
Yes, hear
the
me.
killer promo for Onana today, to be fair.
I always have killer promos, bro. Whether people agree with me or not, I'm always entertaining. But you can find me on socials at El Don Staffy, and it's my YouTube channel down there. Season starts. I promise you'll see more watch-alongs. You'll see more stuff. No, you won't see me in wrestling like Samoa Joe. Don't say that. The Egyptian Samoa Joe, that's wild.
I'd love to take you down in the ring. I'm gonna be honest with you. That would be fun.
So
Fun
what?
UFC charity fight.
It's Samoa Joe and Jimmy Snooker. That's crazy, man.
There's no way you just called me Jimmy Snooker. You
No,
look
he's
more
Jimmy
like
Snooker.
Don't,
You called me
he's-
Jimmy Snooker about 2 episodes ago.
I know that ain't Jay Uso piping up. So Jay,
I'll tell you
when-
something. If Hassan just shaves his beard and keeps a goatee, or I think the mustache, it'll look like the Iron Sheik. Remember him?
yes, I would. That's a good comparison.
He would look like the Iron Sheik.
That's a good comparison. Joe. Where can people find you, Ozzy?
Listen, you can only find me on Ahwa exclusively. I don't do all that fraudulent behavior on Twitter. I'm not about it. I don't trust anyone that speaks on Twitter. No offense, Hassan, you're the only one.
Oh no, the guy above you does. He lives on Spaces.
On fraud, I've heard. Trust me, I've heard fraudulent behavior. But anyway, big up Sad. First time I've worked with Sad today. I'll make sure to drop a sub. I hope everyone else drops the sub as well. But yeah, next week is the first episode of Al Ahwa whilst the season, the Premier League starts. So it should be fireworks. I'm looking forward to it. Big up to everyone that showed support.
Hassan, for the
Big
people
up.
asking, I will do a watch along for every Man United game. So don't even ask me, hey, are you gonna do a watch along for this game, that game? Monday Wolves game, I'll be there. We'll be there.
We
I
will
hope
be there.
Ozzy
I'll
will
be
be
there.
there.
Inshallah,
I'll be
inshallah.
there.
You guys know, listen, on this channel, we don't do watch-alongs, we do hate-alongs. That's what we do.
I'll start hating
If
on
you saw
that shit.
if you saw any clip of me, whenever I do any rival watch-along, bro, I'm just hating. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I've got a folder of just all of. Oh, look at him. He's already like that.
LFC, whatever. He always takes screenshots and puts it as his profile. Take a screenshot of that and use it.
Oh,
LFC
man.
something. I forgot his name. I'll look.
Has
for him in the
anyone
comments.
who said the Jamaican Kofi King? Have some shame, man. Have some Kofi Kingston. That is crazy.
Kobe Kingston is wild. I'm not gonna lie. What's
is
his name, man?
crazy, man.
LFC what? I'm looking for his name right
Nah.
now. He knows I'm talking to him.
But the
The LFC for double.
LFC for double, yeah. He always takes a screenshot and then uses it as his profile picture.
Yo,
Oh, there he is. He said he already has. See, there he is.
He's already on it, man.
Yo, everyone
Who
sub to my channel right now asking about the watch alongs. Instead of asking, wallahi, just sub and I promise you'll find me. You'll find me, Ozzy, always there. If he wants, he can always hop on at halftime or after
You
the
already
game.
know, man. I'm already there.
Yeah, bro, I think we're stuck because now Hassan can't end the show. So what do we do until he comes back?
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I want to ask the people real quick. Did Saad have a stinker today? Because we know Mo had a stinker today. Did Saad have a stinker?
He started with the stinker, but then he
started
thought
with
he,
the stinker.
he thought he
Actually,
had us.
no
in
way
the
I
Onana
like
thing.
that.
No, I had to be shameless. I had to be shameless.
Well,
There's
like,
no
you know
way
what
I
I mean?
lagged out on the fucking outro.
I was like, yo, he just lagged out, so we're stuck here until he
We
comes
didn't know
back.
what to do. We didn't know what
Saad
to do.
had chest today. Bring him Hamza. He's ready. I can't lie. We might need to run a panel.
I'm not gonna lie, he deserves it. You know when you
Yeah.
misbehave and then like your parents just punish you? The way he acted today, he needs to be punished with some Hamza content. Like he needs to be on a stream with Hamza one-on-one. Just leave him. Let him drown.
What do you mean? What do you mean punish? He's not.
Saad,
punished.
Saad, can you
You've
end
got
this
so
thing,
many
please? Wallah, it's
questions.
2 hours. Wallah, it's 2 hours.
Sorry.
And I
Hamza's
don't want to
gonna
be
have you
Steven
on the ropes.
Spielberg. I want to be a
Thanks, bro.
content creator, you know? So
Hamza's
that's
gonna have you on the ropes, bro. I'm telling you.
love, man. Like the video,
Oh my
subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Liverpool versus Darmstadt.